Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Co-Optional Podcast.
Hello.
We are here, we are awake, and we are not in foreign countries, which is something that could not have been said recently. I just treat New York as a foreign country. I think that's a fair thing to do.
It might as well be.
Yeah.
One of the best foreign countries.
It's a pretty damn good foreign country, I've got to say. We went to a steakhouse by the name of Uncle Jack's.
Nice.
It was a rather cold evening, to say the least, to the point where people were sheltering in the doorway of Uncle Jack's, but not actually coming in because of the biting cold that whirled around the tall buildings of New York City. But the steak was damn good. So, that was pretty cool. I was happy with that. That's the food in New York, man. Blows my mind. It's fantastic.
I'd like to be the first person on the internet to call you a sellout for promoting Uncle Jack's Steakhouse.
Uncle Jack's Steakhouse, ladies and gentlemen. It's good, man. It's really good. It's a good steakhouse. Happy with that. I'll be promoting many more things along the rest of the show. Sounds like a good idea.
I mean, you have said before that you are on a mission to find the perfect steakhouse.
I've been working on it. Top of the pile for me, and Jesse's probably going to agree with me since we dragged him along to this, would be Donovan's in San Diego. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Unbelievable. Our waiter was obviously high. It was brilliant.
Bonus entertainment, right?
Ah, beautiful.
Right? It was great.
Yeah.
We might have been the last people out of there, too. We were there for a long time.
We were. Yeah, they also, one of the only places that still serve Moscow Mules in the proper cups. Proper copper mugs. Moscow Mule, fantastic cocktail.
Blew my mind. I was like, what is that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I ordered one, and you were like,
what?
What is this? And
it looks like you'd get it in maybe the 18th century. It's fantastic.
In the 18th
It is fantastic looking.
it was... Yeah, it was actually a cocktail that was sort of invented during the vodka craze in the US in the 1950s. Not actually Russian in any way, but they called it that anyway. And you serve it in a copper mug. It's the proper way to do it. And it's two parts vodka, 1 part lime juice, and 3 parts ginger beer. So good.
Oh, ginger beer. I'm in.
Yeah, all the ginger beer. Couldn't find a single place in New York that would serve me one. It's like, oh, we don't have any ginger beer. I'm like,
Yeah. Oh my gosh, my favorite drink in the world is Dark and Stormies, and I can't get them anywhere because nobody has ginger beer.
Yeah. I think best Dark and Stormy I've ever had was actually in Boston. There's a Boston clam place that did a Dark and Stormy that was just brilliant.
Yeah, a couple of my friends are from Boston, and they were saying that Dark and Stormies are like a super Boston thing.
Yes.
So you can get them in Boston pretty much anywhere.
I love you, Boston.
Yeah.
I can't wait to come back. PAX East.
PAX East. Yeah, I can't wait to come back to Boston, absolutely. Return guest to the show, ladies and gentlemen. He has not been here since June. He is back. He is the one and only SmoothMcGroove. Welcome to the show.
Greetings. Thanks for having me on.
It's always a pleasure. Basically, if you come back, that means we like you. So,
well, that's
an
good.
Endorsement. It's always good. We weren't like desperately
Everybody who's
searching.
only been here once is like, what?
Yeah, it's just I just shit over 80% of our guests right there. We did have to do a little bit short notice because we all just got back from strange lands. Jesse and Dodgy were both in Belgium, if I recall correctly.
Yeah.
Yes.
We were in
Travelers.
That
Ghent.
was fun.
Ghent.
Did you
was awesome
try
fun.
tuna pizza as I instructed?
Yes.
We did.
We did.
Holy shit, it was
He
good.
was like, "Do you guys?" Yeah, we were there. We were playing the game, and he was like, "Do you want pizza? Pizza would be easy." And both of us were like, "We have to have tuna pizza." We were told we have to have tuna pizza. So yeah, it was
That
good.
experience.
It's very strong because it's tuna.
okay.
Imagine tuna on a pizza.
Like
That's
canned
exactly what it
tuna,
tastes.
or was it like fancier than that?
No, it's canned tuna.
It
canned
felt
tuna.
like it was canned.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
And it was just like tuna, but then cooked. So you've ever cooked, like grilled or microwaved tuna that had that taste to it on pizza. And it wasn't bad. It was less nasty than anchovies, but more fishy than anything else on a pizza.
Oh, but the real food highlight of like weird things to eat was probably the Bicky burger.
What?
Oh my
What is that?
Okay, so our second day there, we were again, shout out to Sven and Larian. Boop. We were there playing their game, and they were like, "Hey, do you want to get some lunch?" We're like, "Sure." And we had yet to have Belgian fries, and so they were like, "Well,
Because
you know,
fries are not from France; they're from
they're
Belgium.
from America."
Every person in Belgium reminded us.
Oh, I told them that we took it. I reminded them that they are the old country and that we have co-opted everything that they had. And so now they serve American fries. And so, they went and got fries. But while I was there, we got a Bicky Burger. And a Bicky Burger, according to everyone who's told me, is, at the time, I don't think we knew this. I thought it was just a patty of some type of meat.
It looks like a very strange patty. And it turns out that it's made out of a combination of chicken, beef, and horse. So we were like,
And then they put like 8 sauces on it to, I assume, hide the taste of horse or whatever. Here's the thing. It wasn't that bad. It was a little overwhelming. It was like a bit much with all the mayonnaise and stuff, but it was edible.
Oh, God. Here's some horse mayonnaise.
There wasn't that much sauce on it, though. There was just like there was a little bit of sauce and then fried onions on top.
I think one of our vines has at least a video of us eating it. I think I got you eating it, and the look in your face is like, yeah. It's not bad. I could eat a horse. Literally, I can, apparently. Yeah.
I found a stop-motion video of how to make a Bicky Burger. I'm going to show it to you.
I don't even... Good thing I'm not looking at chat. I don't want to see it.
I don't know why they did it in stop motion. That seems like the least convenient way of filming this. But so far it's going okay. But I skipped forward in the video and found, oh god, that's a lot of mayonnaise. Oh, it's not just mayonnaise. Dear God, what is this?
It's a bunch of different sauces.
There's a weird cucumber herb sauce that they put on it.
There was a lot. There was a lot. It blows. I understand a lot about Belgium now. One, they eat all these hearty foods because it's so damn cold there.
It's freezing there, yeah.
And two, because they love horses. I've never seen so many different horse stickers and posters and statues in my entire life.
And the bicycle sign with the pygmy horse spray painted on it.
The pygmy horse riding a bike. It was great. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, we had a
great time. In the end, we had a great time in Belgium.
Well, apparently they love horses so much that they're willing to eat them on a regular basis as part of a burger.
They're tasty, apparently. Apparently. And what else did we do? We met with fans, and they helped Dodger cheat at pool. And then
I don't know what you mean.
Oh, they are all cheaters for you,
it was perfectly legal. You went to the bathroom, and I swept. That's what really happened.
Here's what happened. That did not. And it was a blast. We had a lot of fun, and then we got to play the early, I guess, a better alpha version of Divinity.
Original Sin.
Sin.
Yes.
And it's come a long way since what I played a while back.
Yeah, we played the same build a while back, didn't we?
Yeah, but it's still just as awesome. Like, the concept is still really, really great. We did give them a lot of, like, legit feedback because unfortunately, there was no map. And in a game where it's open-ended, like, you can do whatever you want, map is key. And so they're like, no, the map's coming. It's just not ready yet. And so we basically said, like, maybe they'll put this in the game, wink, wink, that instead of having quest-like things on the minimap that say, like, go this way and go this way and go this way, that you're rewarded for exploring. And so it's going to say, like, go to this point on the map. And so if you have a map, you'll be able to, like, get there with the actual... Like, I'm going to explain this very badly, but maybe Dodger can explain it better.
Like, in the game... The game already has it where if you explore to a new area, you get experience because they want to encourage you to, like, walk around and find things and, like, experience the game and the world that they've created, blah, blah, blah. So we were talking about how it might be cool if, like, if you've already explored to an area, then it'll say, like, on your map, oh, go here. But if you haven't been there yet, it'll take a place that you have been and say it's to the east of this place. Sort of. Like, so it doesn't tell you exactly where to go. It just, like, helps you find it or figure it out.
And so we
that way you get to still explore.
We dropped a lot of, like, our wisdom bombs from gaming, and we were like, it's great. And I still love the fact, and this is what makes it so great for me, I love the fact of hearing the developers cringe when I enter town, and I accidentally there's a ship on fire, and I'm like, oh, I have an ice spell, I can put it out. And I accidentally pressed the wrong button, and ignite everyone around me on fire. And the entire town is just like, the docks are burning and people are dying. And so everyone else at the dock starts attacking me. And I just, in order to get out of there, I have to keep killing the dock workers. And so the docks are just barren by the time I'm done. And Dodge is like, what did you do? And the developers are like, you killed like 6 quest givers. But then they were like, good thing is you can get those quests other ways. So I think that's a really cool thing. Like, there's one ability you can get where you can talk to animals. And so you can solve a quest that we were doing. Instead of going around the main story, you can actually just talk to an animal and have him smell garments to see which smells like his master. And so there's a lot of like ways to solve quests.
Solve quests, yeah, which is
it was really cool. I was like, all right, guys, I see this, but they're a long way off. That it probably won't be out till, I don't know, mid to end of next year, but it's still pretty great. And then
like literally the entire time we were playing, Jesse kept killing people that would make them go, no. Like, there was such a good story attached to that person. Jesse was like, I'm sorry. I thought,
all right. I'm in the forest and I see a giant named deer. And I think to myself, if I kill it, it might have loot. I kill it and they're like, that deer was a quest giver. How do I know that a deer's a quest giver?
Can you tell good NPCs from bad in this game? Like green and red?
No.
Oh.
Nope.
You can't tell at all.
Oh,
like,
Larian hates like binary morality in a big way. All of their games really don't like have good or bad sliders. It's just like you you do what you do, and the game adapts to that to some degree. There's no right answer.
Okay.
Like we stumbled upon a giant mechanized robot guy that was ridden by a skeleton, and these soldiers were like, we have to fight this guy, and all of our friends, like the Fantastic Five or whatever they were called, the Fabulous Five, like they didn't show up, and so we had to go help this guy, and it was hilarious because we got destroyed, and so we might have cheated to kill him, and when he died, people came over and were like, well, why didn't you just use the remote control that controlled him? We're like, we didn't even know that existed. Yeah. And they're like, oh no, it was back in a shop you missed, and you could have bought it for like 2 silver. We were like,
and then you can literally just go in and be like, boop, and turn it off instead of like having this extremely long boss fight. We were like, but like, it's cool that there are those options.
Yeah, it was fun. And the biggest thing I learned, which blew my mind, is they have a wall there that is dedicated to all the Dragon Commander path options for the story. I was unaware there were so many. I like took a photo and was like, can I keep this? And they're like, we'd rather you didn't. There were literally a wall of things. I was like, I haven't done any of these. So now I got to go back. You can turn your skeleton bride into a robot. I want that. I want her to be a robot. I didn't even know that was possible.
It wasn't enough to just have her turn into a naked blonde woman.
No.
You need the robot version now.
Yes. Yes, I need to do that. For in here.
Fair enough.
Right
Fair
in
enough.
here. Yeah. So we had a blast and it was fun, and I hear that you might have had some fun this past week, TB. What was that like?
Indeed, but I'd like to first give our guest, who has been sitting mostly silent for the last 16 minutes, a chance to tell us what he's been up to this week, and then we can talk about the adventures in New York. So, Mr. SmoothMcGroove, what have you been playing this week? What's been going on?
Well, I procured a copy of A Link Between Worlds, first and foremost.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, it was surprisingly good. The controls were the most surprising thing. Because I'm a huge Link to the Past fan. It was the first Zelda game that I ever actually beat. And so, of course, A Link Between Worlds was like, let's hope it's good, It's probably going to be good, we'll see. So, loaded it up, and, the circle pad just feels amazing running through the game. Swinging your sword feels even better than it did in the Super Nintendo, Link to the Past. The only thing that kind of got me was the whole items, the rental system.
Rental system?
Have any of you guys played it yet?
I haven't played it yet.
Okay. Yeah, the rental system, they basically just like, without spoiling too much, they just like, there's a point in the game pretty early on where you're just able to like rent pretty much every major item that was in the original Link to the Past. Just rent them. And it's an interesting mechanic, and took a little bit to get used to. At first, it kind of felt like cheating. But there's kind of it's a double-edged sword, because if you rent every single item, you spend all your rupees, and if you die with rented items, you have to rent them again. So
Right.
it's anyways, I don't know. It's cool to be in that world that, like I was like 8 years old playing Link to the Past and explored the whole world, and now I'm back in that world 100 years in the future, and it's not exactly the same. There are some surprises that they put in there as far as new paths that weren't there. Kind of what you'd expect in a populated area in our world, like 100 years later, where you recognize what's going on and you recognize landmarks, but a lot of things have changed. So I've been having a lot of fun with it.
Awesome.
And yeah, I've also been playing a lot of Fire Emblem Awakening. That kind of got put on hold. That game is so good. I mean,
Fire Emblem is a pain in the ass.
It's
Always
a
perpetual
fantastic pain in the ass.
yes, perfectly put. It is one of those where you think you're doing well and you're in this battle, and then you make one wrong decision. You just go a little bit too offensive, and then one of your guys dies, and you're just like, no. But it's so rewarding when you finally, do it right. And I've been having a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, it really is. There are some times in that game where I would say they almost do things designed to dick you over in an unfair way. If you don't know it's coming.
Sometimes?
Yeah. I remember a battle fairly early on in the game where a bunch of, I think it's like flying knights spawn behind you. Like, there's some vague references to sort of being followed in the story leading up to that, but it doesn't, like, specifically tell you. And then they come in and they just murder all your weak guys immediately before you can do anything about it. So you've got to be completely prepared for that. So I had to redo that battle a couple of times. It can be a bit of a dick, but it's so satisfying to get it right.
It's a fantastic, there's almost nothing about that game that I just really don't like. And I've never beaten any of the older Fire Emblems. I know a lot of them weren't even released in the US, or several of them weren't. So I played them just like at friends' houses or rented and things like that. But I was too young to appreciate the complexity. And it wasn't until Final Fantasy Tactics that I really kind of started to appreciate games like that, where I'm like, okay, so you make these decisions, and ooh, okay, so this is rewarding, and it's really hard. So,
yeah.
But yeah, Awakening is awesome, and I haven't beaten it yet, but I'm looking forward to it.
I'd
Still
recommend.
never played a Fire Emblem game.
You should pick
I
it up.
didn't
You should
before
pick
this.
one up.
Yeah, this is a perfect intro to it. It really is.
Yeah.
It's like one of the best. It has, of course, the best graphical fidelity. It looks amazing on the 3DS. It really does. And the storyline's fantastic. You don't really need to know anything about Fire Emblem to play it, although a lot of the bonus DLC maps that you can use to get extra characters from the other series and earn some experience and stuff like that, all that storyline stuff, you don't really know what's going on because you haven't played those, but all that stuff's also pretty optional. So it's just a really satisfying SRPG, strategic RPG. And it's brought bang up to date. It's got really good mechanics. I like it a lot.
If you want to get a game very similar in spirit, and you can probably emulate it at this point. It's really old. But Ogre Battles?
Yeah.
And there's another name for it. I just don't remember what
Tactics Ogre.
Tactics Ogre, there you go. That is a fantastically fun game where there's like the tarot card aspect of it, and building armies and using them on a battlefield in tactics style. It's really, really good. It's an old SNES game.
Yeah.
Pretty fantastic.
There's a PSP version that's one of the best in the series, so that means you can play it on Vita. It's called Tactics Ogre Let Us Cling Together, which is the stupidest name ever, but it's a really, really good game. That's it.
Yeah.
That genre is pretty awesome, and lately it's been getting really popular with Disgaea because that's been gaining a lot of momentum, but Disgaea is actually one of the SRPGs that I dislike the most because it is so fucking grindy, and it really gets on my nerves. Plus, you get too many characters at once. I always hate that. You should always start off with a very small number of characters, and those characters should, hopefully, have some degree of character development to them in terms of the way the story works. Disgaea has barely any of that. And at the start of Disgaea, it's like, create like 6 or 7 characters of all these different classes immediately that have no individual like character to them. It's, I don't know, there's parts of Disgaea I really like, but the rest of it really bothers me. And Fire Emblem is the antithesis of that. It makes you care about the individual characters, and of course permanently killing them off really helps in that respect.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. That's what I really loved is like you get these, you get a relatively small amount of characters off the bat, and they kind of have their surface personalities, and as you go through the game, they develop. And they don't just develop just because you're going through the game, they develop based on your actions. they develop based on like, you know, who you're pairing them up in battle with, and they develop these relationships and stuff, and it's just like it was cool. I'm really enjoying it. I can really see how, you know, a lot of people who don't like, you know, the strategy games, you know, chess, kind of like chess, you know, board moving around, but like I know some people who don't like those games at all who like Fire Emblem because of that relationship aspect, the character development, and how, you know, you kind of have control over that and how it moves throughout the game.
Yeah, I think the Disgaea style of games is much better for those who really enjoy stats progression. Like, you can, if you love statistics, if you love numbers, and just being able to completely micromanage the development of every single character, then that's a perfect game for you. It's also got a really great sense of humor. You know, I'll happily admit that I really enjoyed Disgaea's sense of humor, but there's just aspects of the battles that I really dislike, and aspects of the character progression, especially the bloody item world nonsense in the first games. Like, every item has like an infinite dungeon inside it, and you need to do that dungeon to level that item up, and it's the same randomly generated bullshit over and over again. And you have to move like 24 characters around. It takes forever. And, you know,
How many hours do you put into this game?
Oh, just hundreds, thousands to really get the most out of this guy. That's why Fire Emblem, I think, is really good. You can avoid the side battles, but when you do them, they're also really good, and they've got a story aspect to them. And they don't take too long. They're not randomly generated. Each is handcrafted. So, you know, they're not going to drag on for hours just because there was some bullshit in the random number generator thing that made the level just absolutely awful in every way. So, yeah, you know, I love Fire Emblem. I think, you know, it's a really good intro to the SRPG genre, and I would certainly highly recommend it to anyone that has a 3DS. What else have you been playing?
I actually, for the past month, and I just kind of stopped, I loaded up Pandaria for the first time.
Oh my! All right.
I was just, I caved and I was curious. I played every expansion, you know, since Classic, and, you know, I realized that it was the Siege of Orgrimmar came out, and they had the 10-day trial, and I was like, let's do this. So it was interesting. It was enjoyable, but I compared it to being given buckets of candy, tasty candy, just so much of it, more than I've ever gotten in a World of Warcraft expansion. And you eat it all, and it's so good, but then you're just like, where's my nourishment? You know, like, where's the real food? And I was left kind of just like, after a week or two, you know, once I hit 90, I was just like, I don't want to play this anymore, you know. I've never actually had that feeling with World of Warcraft. I always had, you know, goal-oriented character progression and all that stuff, and I felt like I wanted to, you know, do the top DPS in my guild or whatever, but I just didn't feel that need. So once I got all that tasty free epics, I just went and solo Molten Core and Blackwing Lair and Tempest Keep and SSE and all these other nostalgic dungeons. And that was a lot of fun, but of course that gets old after a few weeks. And I don't know. I think it was well done. I just think they're catering more and more to people who don't play the game very much.
Yeah, they don't want to put the work in.
Exactly.
You know, this is when I finally left in Cataclysm. This was, I've been saying it for years that was the wrong way to do things, and I finally just got to the point of saying, "Yup, I don't think this game is for me anymore." Jesse, you played a decent amount of Pandaria, didn't you?
Yeah, I would agree. I don't know that I agree that I left because it was casual. I left because that little like bit 290 where you experience the new places in Pandaria and you experience it was gorgeous. It was beautiful. The story was really great. You followed all of the story of the like Pandaren Emperor and stuff. Like it was a great little plot, and all the stuff flowed together wonderfully. The problem is when you hit 90, it is like 6 reps to grind, I think, and the dungeons are just like when you do a raid, you feel like you're doing the same raids you've done before, even if it's the same, like even if they're different monsters, or they look and feel the same overall. There's one really great example where the boss fight is a mirror image of Cthulhu with the eye beam and stuff, where you have to just and it's like, all right, I've done all of this. Like they come up with gimmicks now for every boss fight that just needs to be more and more gimmicky, and so it's just raid night after raid night, and it's like I can't do that anymore. Like it's really starting to get boring, and I don't know. It's the story's great. Everything for 290 was fantastic, but again, once I hit 90, it was like, well, I'm doing WoW, the same WoW I've done for 7 years, and nothing has changed right now. It's the exact same thing. If I want to have fun, I have to grind, and spend hours playing. And then, even though I laughed at people who always said, yeah, and then the next expansion comes out and everything you do is for nothing, and I was like, but I had fun, right? Now I'm like, oh shit, the next expansion is going to come out and everything I'm doing is for nothing.
That's my thing, man. It's like, you know, playing in Classic was great. It was an adventure. No one knew what was going on, and you're experiencing all this content. Then Burning Crusade came out, and it was like, oh, well, all my old gear, you know, it doesn't matter what gear you have. It doesn't matter if you rated, you know, 20 hours a week.
Oh, yeah. Like, by 61, you'd wiped all of your stuff out.
Yeah, if you were lucky, you had full tier 3, and by, you know, it took to 67, you know, but even then, it's just like, you know, so you had a few more days to enjoy your gear. I mean, and it's happened so many times, and, you know, from the most ridiculous thing about Pandaria was, and I know this is because I joined at the last patch of the expansion, but, you know, I wasn't even 90, and I had someone fly me on the back of their mount to Timeless Isle, and we just started doing these world bosses, which is like Guild Wars style, where you just tag it once, you can die, and you get full loot off of it.
Oh.
And, you know, within like four or 5 hours, I had like 10 epic items that were level 90 that were better than the entry-level raid gear, all for free, just because I would tag bosses. And then when I hit 90, you open up these chests that are just sparkling on the ground, like just really obvious. And, you know, sometimes 2 epics will pop out that'll replace everything that you can possibly get unless you're rating, you know, tier 2 or above gear in Pandaria. And, you know, I was just laughing the whole time because I'm like, okay, well, this is great. This is going to make it easy for me to solo all the old nostalgic content that I want.
Yeah.
But besides that, it was just like, man, this isn't really conducive for me playing this very long. You know,
Yeah.
that's the feeling I got.
There's a lot of people saying that you don't have to grind reps, and you don't have to build the farm, and you don't have to do that stuff, and you can do whatever you want. But you can't do anything you want if you don't do those. Like, that limits the amount of stuff you can do if you don't do those things. And those unlock other things for you to do. So by not doing them, you can sure not do them, but you're missing out on content in the game. And that, to me, that's a problem, because I'm like, I want to experience everything there is to experience. I just don't want to have to sit there and continually do the same 8 quests over and over and over and over again, because it's annoying as balls.
Repeatable
and it's a
quests
job.
can
It
just
becomes
go
a
to
job.
hell. Yeah, I mean, daily questing was one of the worst things they ever added to World of Warcraft. It really
Killed
was.
it for me.
It really. I mean, but ultimately, it comes down to this, right? It's the same game we've been playing for like 8 or 9 years. It's kind of understandable that we eventually got bored of it. And it's not. I'm not going to blame Blizzard for every single last thing. I still think that Blizzard really did the wrong thing when they started to make raids easier, when they started to make raids like super accessible and not requiring certain classes and organization, because once you do that, you have to end up making the boss fight so gimmicky to compensate for it that you end up just stacking gimmick upon gimmick upon gimmick until everything gets ridiculous, and there's no way to do a full reset on that. Yeah, you can't take it back to where it was in the first place, and that's a real shame. And the feeling of achievement definitely disappeared. I remember getting my first epic in Molten Core a long time ago. I think it was an Arcanist belt. I got an Arcanist belt, and it was the best day ever for me. It was so good, so cool. And you know, back when epics were epic, and men were men, and sheep were sheep, and so on and so forth. But
And paladins were alliance.
yes, they were.
Never
indeed.
forget.
And shamans were horde. That was the way it was.
Never
Yep.
forget.
And when Pally Gear dropped in Molten Core for the Horde, so we instantly
worst.
de-eat it. It's like
the worst.
the absolute best
at
source of
There were
crystals.
defined lines, and we didn't have pretty. Look, no one in the Horde could claim to be a pretty race. No one. And
Yep.
it felt good that way.
Yep.
Felt
Closest
real
you
good.
got was a female troll, and that wasn't close enough, but...
Nope.
Female trolls are hot. Come on.
They had halitosis.
yeah, man, that bag is full.
But I think the problem with WoW, I think, extends to all, at least for me, to all major MMOs right now. Everyone that I played, be it Rift, or I'm trying to think of all the ones I played since I quit WoW.
Anything that has hotkeys in it.
Yeah, I mean, like, even everything up to Final Fantasy 14, like, there's a certain point where I play it, I'm like, oh, this is all new, this is shiny, and then it hits me like, this is
the same
reskinned WoW.
thing.
Yeah. It feels, and even if people are like, no, this is different, and this is different, and this is different, and there's like 7 or 8 things that are different, at its base core, it still feels like the MMO we've played, that I've played since, MMO switched to the WoW model. And I silently wait for a new one to come along. And I have lots of hope for Elder Scrolls, but it continually seems to be more and more like a WoW model. I don't really know what there is out there that would replace it. And as of right now, MMOs just aren't on my radar because they're just very meh.
Yeah.
A lot of people are out there waiting for the next big adventure, like someone to come up with a model of a game that's just like, oh, this is exciting and new, and millions of people will dive into it.
EverQuest Next, I think, is what a lot of people are waiting for.
Because, oh god, I can't wait.
That looks interesting.
Yeah, they're seeing the sandbox. How dare you speak, Dodger? Go back to sitting there petting your cat. What the fuck? Anyway, find that cat. Where is it? Go pet it.
I don't know. It stopped trying to eat my food, and now I'm confused.
a lot of people are saying WildStar, but having played that at PAX, it's WoW. It feels like WoW.
It's a good WoW. Don't get me wrong. What I played of it. It is a good World of Warcraft. It does have some stuff in there, like the crafting and the house building, and the fact that they put a nice little spin on each of the 4 sort of paths that you can take. So you pick a path depending on what your kind of player style is. And if you like exploring, there's an explorer path which rewards you for finding new areas and secret areas. Then there's a warrior path which gives you a lot of kind of wave-based survival quests and things like that. But it is still World of Warcraft,
Right.
I was speaking to a number of
cartoony feel.
Yes, it really does.
Yeah.
I mean, it still looks great. Don't get me wrong. The art style, I think, is fantastic. But you look at it and you break it down. And I was speaking to a number of Blizzard guys over the past few weeks, and every one of them, when we got into a conversation about WoW, has said kind of the same thing. It's that no one is going to beat us at our own game. They've got to innovate the genre. Like, and I said to them, it's like actually something I said to Mike Morhaime when I was talking to him. It's like, you guys created the very apex of what this particular subset of the genre is, and it will never be topped. Yeah? Because eventually WoW's going to die, and with it, hotkey MMOs will die, and we'll probably never see their like again. And WoW will always have been the high point of that. It will always have been the most successful, the most accessible. And we will move MMOs into a different space because we can. MMO is a concept, yeah? MMO is not a genre. You can tag MMO onto any genre in theory if you innovate it properly. And the definition of MMORPG over the past 7 or 8 years has basically been WoW or EVE for the most part. EVE does it differently enough to be successful. And everything else is just kind of riding the coattails of WoW and trying to even be a fraction of the success of it. And even Elder Scrolls Online, you might look at it, it's like, oh, but the first person, it's like, the first person's pretty much a gimmick, in my opinion. What I played of it doesn't feel anywhere near as good as the real games.
It's a thing that you can play if you want to play by yourself. You're right. It's a gimmick that if you're trying to do an epic battle, you'll just be slaughtered. Like, there's no way you can go into Cyrodiil and expect to win any PvP in first person.
No.
Most
of your skills are on hotkeys anyway, so all you're actually doing is limiting your own field of view by going into first person.
Yeah. It's just there to pander to people, and it's at first I was really excited, but having not played it, I can say that it's, I don't see how I would ever use it. I mean, yeah. I guess it takes away from the point of, I don't know why. If you want to play a single-player campaign, go for it. You can do it just like you do with Star Wars.
Yeah. A few people are pointing out Star Trek Online. I gotta say, actually, I'm really tempted to go back to that game. Even when it first came out and it had, 1,000,001 problems, it still did enough different where I was thinking, well, they actually gave this a try. The space battles in that game are still cool. PvP is still a lot of fun. I remember going in my Klingon and getting my base level shitty bird of prey and cloaking and sneaking up behind the Federation ship. It's like, all the fucking torpedoes as I just uncloak. And that was so fun. But they had problems with the ground combat was terrible. It's a lot better now because they made it a little bit more like a third-person shooter instead of being this terrible hotkey-based, awful thing, which was WoW, but awful. But that game's also added layers upon layers of complexity to the point where I have no idea what's fucking going on in it anymore. It's just really confusing to me. But yeah, I want to play a different kind of MMO, you know? I actually am reinstalling DC Universe Online right now. Because that was kind of fun.
Yeah?
It was kind of fun. I liked it.
What's different about it?
Well, it's mostly the combat. Like, the combat is a lot better, and the movement and the way that you explore the city as well. Because you have a movement superpower, basically from the get-go, you want to run up the walls of the biggest fucking skyscraper in Gotham City and stand there looking heroic. You can.
Or villainous.
Or villainous. How does one look villainous? I'm trying to figure that out.
Like this.
Yes.
No, my character, the Grin Reaper, friend of the Joker.
Dark Halibut was mine.
He was wonderful.
He was on a mission to. He was a robot. He was a protocol droid essentially that went a little insane, and his mission was to civilize the population by assuring that no one would be rude to anyone ever again. And his solution to that was to kill them with fire. So he was a robot in a top hat with fire powers and a big quarterstaff that he beat people to death with. It was so cool.
I was a guy with the Joker
exciting.
mask and a shotgun, so
Yeah.
that's what that was.
Yeah, it was, I don't know, it had its moments. I got to admit, it had more action-y combat. The questing was pretty good. They put a lot of voice acting into the questing, like with, obviously, Mark Hamill's the Joker. So you pick the Joker as your mentor, you get to do, like, tons of really cool Joker quests and things like that. But it definitely had its problems, but I've heard it's been developed a lot better lately, although you probably don't want to play it unless you take a subscription. Their free-to-play model's a bit dodgy, from what I've been told. So, but if you subscribe for $15 a month, then that's basically, like, you get all the content. So, I'm fine with that. Like, I'm kind of sick of free-to-play MMOs. It's getting on my nerves.
Yeah, that model doesn't work for me at all.
No. It's... Yeah, we'll actually get onto microtransactions and shit. And, what was the last free-to-play MMO you played, Dodger?
Path of Exile. That's not a... Yeah.
See, they have.
You're talking about the fairest people in the world there. That doesn't count at all.
Yeah.
It's the most recent one I played.
Yeah.
They have the model that works. I think
really
that's as close to perfect as you get. Where there's no pay to win. There's pay to be pretty. That's it.
I literally don't even notice the microtransactions ever.
No.
Like they're not shoved in your face at all.
Yeah, they really aren't. That is a game
Not
that
even
is
with
super
bags
fair.
or anything. That's the one that gets you when MMOs are like, oh yeah, no, we have very few microtransactions, but if you want bag space, you have to pay.
Yeah.
Like they don't do that. They don't have bag payments where you have to.
That's the only thing that affects gameplay. You have.
I haven't noticed that actually.
Yeah, see,
I didn't even realize that I could like expand.
One day you will need it.
Now, see, I was watching some streamers, like Kriparian, and when he's been playing it, and my buddy Al Kaiser, like, those guys need that. They instantly boom, 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 boom. They drop the, whatever, $20 and buy all the bags, and because those guys are just sitting there farming 8 to 10 hours a day, and they've got to have all their tabs, and they buy the special colored ones where you can color code it. But besides that, every other microtransaction is just like pretty spells and pretty hats and stuff.
A little kiwi bird. You can get one of those. I think my account has bronze kiwi on it. But yeah, there's just a nice little transition actually, Dodger, because you have been playing Path of Exile, so you just put up a video. I want to hear like how you've been doing with this game so far. What do you think?
Horribly. She's bad at it. Just the worst. Just horrible. I've never seen anyone so bad.
I'm still not great at it. I'll be honest. I made the mistake of somebody was like, oh, did you see that Reddit post about your video? And I was like, I don't want to see that Reddit post.
No.
But I looked at it anyway.
No.
And it was just everybody being like, this girl is an idiot. Like, what? And I was like, I'm sorry. I'm really bad at these games. But, like, despite being really bad at it, I think it's really, really fun. And I have improved. All of you who are like, you didn't improve all that much. I know how to actually use spells now, thanks. So, no, I think that game's great. I guess somebody who's bad at them, I think that it's great. So I'm sure that somebody who is good at them would get a lot more out of it than I am.
It's like, oh no, you are enjoying it on a very sort of baseline level where you don't really understand a lot of the systems, but you're still having fun anyway. Isn't that a fucking, like, celebration of what the game is, that you can actually like it?
That's the thing. Yeah, and like in my most recent video too, I was like, I'm still refusing to look up builds. Like, I'm just not gonna look up a build. I'm gonna just play the game.
First character, and anyone that tells you otherwise is a fucking grognard.
Yeah,
They're a fucking grognard.
Oh. Yeah, everybody was saying, that like pretty much across the board, your first character, you probably won't be able to beat the game. You'll get to a point where you're like, oh man, I should have put more stats into health, or I should have done this, I should have done that, like early on. But that's fine. Like I don't, I'm just gonna play the game and enjoy it and do what feels right. And yeah, and I totally agree. Like I don't put games up on my channel assuming that I am the best player of that game. Far from it. In pretty much no matter what the game is, I know that I'm not fantastic at it, right? But I think that makes it all the more, if I'm really enjoying it, then you know that if you are good at the game, you're probably going to get more out of it and enjoy it even more than I am. So
yeah, I've never, and this is something that's like plagued my channel as well. Whenever the hardcore grognard fanboys of whatever game they've been playing since like early closed alpha for 20 hours a day will look at my video and it's like, how could he have not missed this? Like I've literally played for like 3 hours or whatever, and they've played for 1,000. Right. It's like,
I can't believe how unprofessional that you didn't research before playing this game.
Which is always hilarious.
This is your job.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, you made this your job for like 6 fucking months, and I have to play like 20 games a week, But they should be celebrating the fact that that game can actually be enjoyed by people that don't necessarily know what they're fucking doing. Because what it really gets me is that these people seem to want to prove to somebody in the world that, like, the best at this game that literally no one gives a fuck about, whereas they should be really happy about the success of the game that they supposedly like, because all these people are coming in, thanks to our videos or whatever, and enjoying it just on a more casual basis. Like, do you want your game to literally only have 200 people? Because that's the way you do it.
Hardcore people.
Yeah, that's how you drive people away.
Get out.
It's like, you have a hardcore ladder to play on. And if people don't want to play on that ladder, that's entirely their fucking right. So, I don't know. I see those kind of communities, and Reddit's particularly bad for it. It depends on the game. Some communities are really welcoming, and some are just fucking grognards in the worst possible way. Like,
whatever sort of fandom you're in, whether it's like a game or a TV show or anything, there are going to be some communities that are just so sweet, and some communities that are like, if you don't know everything about this, you don't care enough.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Oh,
you don't belong here.
It's rough, but like, I absolutely recommend Path of Exile. I think that it's a fantastic game so far.
It really is. It has the Diablo 2 aesthetic brought bang up to date. It has a dev team that gives a shit. It has a load of depth. It is very challenging, but it's also something you can pick up relatively easily. And it has the fairest free-to-play model in the industry right now, up to and including Dota 2. It's on the level of that. And Dota 2 is like, we don't give a shit because we're literally drowning in cash, so we don't have to ask for money for anything. So, this is the business model I call...
Maybe you've heard of us.
Yeah, it's like, this is the business model that I described and still believe to this day as the most unfair, horrible business model to other games that exists. Like, we are driving you out of the industry with sheer weight of money. So it's on that level. But they're a small, I believe, from New Zealand, Grinding Gears.
They're from New Zealand,
yeah.
17 people,
Small
I believe,
team.
whenever I started playing the game, that's all that was in the company. And they're tiny. They didn't have any money. They put their own money into this game, and they all went into debt because of this game, because they believed in their system.
Yeah,
and they had, in my opinion, a revolutionary currency system in the game. There's no gold.
Yeah, I love that.
Trading.
Yeah.
I love that so much. And
they literally stopped gold farming overnight with that.
Yes.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Genius.
And I've had quite a few people tell me about how there's also a really complex system where you can combine certain things to give people and then get rare items in return. And I was like, what? That's brilliant, because you've already got that trade system in place, and then just adding another level to it of like, but if you give me this, this, and this, you'll wind up with something that might help you out even more. And I was like, what? Brilliant. It's brilliant.
Yeah, the item progression is almost infinite in that game, and it's very risky and scary, but because of that, it's got that element. I'm not sure if any of you guys have played like the old Korean MMOs, like pre-WoW or whatever. Yeah, I mean, like, a lot of those games are just infinite item progression forever, and you can, like, destroy an item. That's, like, the most perfect item if you just take a risk and it doesn't pay off. And Path of Exile has that element, but it's not, I don't think it's near as bad. I think it's a better implementation. and it's a lot more friendly for people probably like you and I who aren't the most hardcore like world first, let's do this type gamers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but those type of gamers play, like my friends that play that game, you know, especially my best friend that plays this game, he is world class. Like I think right now he's not playing anymore, but he was top 3 in the world on release of Path of Exile, and I was scared to play with him because he would make fun of me, and he would be like, "Why are you doing that? That's stupid." You know, and I understand. You know, I don't take it personally because the way he plays games is to win, to be better than everyone, and he just has that.
Yeah,
me, I'm just like, oh, this is a cool idea. I wonder what
This
this
is really
does.
fun. Yeah.
And you know,
people
he's
play
like, "That's
games for
stupid, it's
different
inefficient."
reasons. And it's totally okay as long as that doesn't, like, negatively impact anyone else. I've said this time and again. Like, if you want to play like shit in a 1v1 game, or you just want to not take it seriously, that is entirely your right and more power to you for it. But if you want to do it when you're on a team with 4 other people, that's when shit doesn't get okay. You know, you can't really do that. But you want to play Path of Exile solo with a suboptimal build, not look up builds, and just fuck around? Isn't it great that the game actually supports that? Like, it supports gaming at so many different levels, and everyone's having fun. This is fantastic. We should be fucking celebrating that instead of condemning it on a fucking subreddit. So what I'm basically saying is, fuck you if you're condemning it on a fucking subreddit.
Luckily, I don't pay attention to Path of Exile on Reddit, so.
I haven't read the Path of Exile, but actually, I did a long time ago when it was a very small community, because I did a couple of really early videos that got really popular about, like, the endgame map system, because the dev gave me basically first look at that, and first look at the shadow class or something like that. And I did those, and, like, everyone was really positive about that. But then, of course, the community was tiny at that point. And now it's blown up because the game's out, and then the inevitable elitism comes along with it. It was kind of the same with the Hearthstone subreddit as well. And it's not just Reddit. I mean, it's like forums in general turn into this.
Oh, yeah.
As games grow. And more often than not, a game-specific subreddit will turn into that. Which is unfortunate, but, you know, I hope people understand that not everyone believes that skill at a particular game is actually worthwhile in any respect. Yeah, because unless you are earning money playing that game and you're earning money because you're good at it, your skill is literally worthless. You know, it's cool. Celebrate your own skill. Yeah, if you want to be the best for your own self-fulfillment, I could not respect that attitude more. That's the most respectable attitude ever. If you want to be good to brag and talk down to other people, then fuck off.
I agree.
You know? And I will mock your life choices if you do that.
Fuck off.
Mock you.
Yep. But if you want to be a pro gamer to say,
podcast.
I don't know, win the GSTL, then more power to you. But absolutely, you should do something like that.
What do you mean, TV?
What do I mean by that?
What are you talking about?
Why don't you tell us about your time?
Yes.
Weekend? What did you do?
So I stayed up for about 58 hours.
Jesus.
I was gonna say this wasn't deliberate, but I was a little worried. So while I went to Red Bull Battlegrounds New York to do casting there, which was an amazing tournament. I'd like to thank, obviously, everyone that came along, everyone that said hi, including the drunk people at the after party that wouldn't stop hugging me. You were great too, and I didn't catch any diseases from you, which is always nice. But during this time, as I went up there, our team, Axia Mesa, reached the grand finals of the Global StarCraft Team League, which is one of the 2 biggest team-orientated StarCraft leagues in the world. For those of you who don't know, StarCraft is a 1v1 game, right? So usually leagues are individual, so it's like one guy wins the world championship. But there's another format called the Team League, where you enter an entire team, and you play either a best of 7 or like a best of 9, with kind of a winner-stays-on format. So, you know, it's like passing a controller around with a fighting game with your friends, right? So the good guy often stays on for multiple games, but once you reach, like, once you win 4 maps, you basically won the series. So you're playing your best player at a certain point, but if your best player goes out, he can't come back. Yeah?
Right.
So he can't come back in that series. So you'd say, oh, well, front load your best player because you might win all of them. Yeah, you might, but the other guys who've been preparing for you for like 2 weeks may have also figured this guy out and figured out how to beat him and snipe him. And then suddenly things get really, really interesting. So our team, Axia Mesa, reached the grand finals. It was a best of 3, sort of 3-night event. We lost the first series. which was like really tough for us. I was watching that because I couldn't sleep. I was too nervous, and it was like soul crushing to watch. I was so sad, and then I still couldn't sleep. And then the second night, the nerves. There was so many nerves I couldn't sleep at all. So I went, well, fuck it. I haven't slept in like 50 hours. We're gonna watch this shit, and it comes down to the wire, like the last fucking game. I'm like, oh god! I'm so tired at this point. I'm about to just go vomit. I'm feeling so sick. And we won. We fucking won. So I'm really happy with the guys. They did so well. And since we're on the podcast right now, I'd like to give a special thank you to all the subscribers, because basically the subscriptions for the past 6 months have been funding a large portion of Axiom's like monthly costs, like all of the salaries and the team houses and all the flights and things that, so, you know, awesome. I'd like to thank everyone who's subscribed to the channel right now, because you guys really helped. So
really, you guys did it. You guys won it.
Yeah, you were the guys who won it.
All you.
Yeah, our guys did absolutely nothing. I'm glad they're Korean and not watching this show, because they'd kill me. But, yeah. So, big thanks, and obviously thanks to our sponsors, WASD Keyboards and PlanetSide 2, for, you know, supporting the team.
That is so crazy, though, like, how well your team has done. It's amazing. It's so awesome.
We went 7-1 in the group stage. Like, we lost one series. It was bonkers. We have a small team as well. Like, StarTale has, like, 20 players. We've got, like, 7.
What?
Yeah, we've got like the bare minimum required to actually play the league. We didn't even have a Zerg player before the second round. We played it all with Terran and Protoss. So it's like we're missing 1/3 of the race choices out of our team lineup because we just don't have any.
Right.
So it was pretty great. I'm really proud of them. They worked really hard. They wanted it more than anything, and I think they wanted it more than any other team as well, and it showed in the results. You know, they took it seriously. So I was really proud of them.
Yay!
And then, of course, we had the Red Bull Battlegrounds, which a lot of people went to. We had a packed house in the Hammerstein Ballroom, which is apparently where they do all those ECW matches, and, like, I think there's some MMA fights and things like that there, too. So it was a really cool venue, and the games were absolutely fantastic. They were really, really good. I enjoyed it a lot, and the crowd was great, and everything went really well, and congrats to Parting for winning that. He is the least mannered player in Korea right now. He is a very rude man, but it was, you know, he's got a great personality, so, yeah, I had fun there too. And I played no fucking games, like, this week. I haven't. I've played nothing, because I've been traveling all week. Actually, no, that's not true. I played a little bit more of Devil May Cry on my Razer Edge tablet when I was on my way back from, well, I was on my way back on the train, like, you know what I haven't played in a while? And didn't finish? Devil May Cry. So I pull up Devil May Cry and I start playing it, and it works really well on the tablet and the controls. I'm like, you know what, yeah, this game's pretty cool. Although I am really getting into these areas where they deliberately put the different flavored enemies that you can only damage with one type of weapon in the same monster pack. I'm like, fuck you. Like, Ninja Theory, you are assholes for that. That's a horrible thing to do. It's still pretty fun, though. Like, the level design in that game and just the sheer creativity in the visual aesthetic of it blows my mind. It's... I got to the prison level, and, like, everything's fucking upside down. Everything. And it's brilliant. It's just brilliant. It's so well designed.
Did you play the TV news boss fight yet?
I think I haven't got there yet. Is it that good?
Great.
Yeah. I did the Succubus boss fight, which is like, wow, the dialogue in this is terrible. Like, whoever wrote this thought this sounded really scary and edgy to a 10-year-old. Yeah, I mean, the demon's on about, like, basically eating Dante, shitting him out, and then eating him again, and then vomiting him out again. I'm like, what are you... No!
This is
Creative.
This is like on the level of going to your 10-year-old friends, like, you smell like poo. I'm like, ah! So edgy. But I still like that game. I understand why old school Devil May Cry fans don't, but it actually fixed a lot of the things I didn't like about the Devil May Cry series and focused on things that I did like. So, you know, it made the platforming fun again. It got rid of the puzzles. It got some interesting level design, and I still think the combat's, you know, it's simplified in comparison, but it's still pretty good. Yeah. So I will be one of those guys that defends DMC and actually kind of hope that Ninja Theory gets a second crack at it.
Yeah.
But that's all I played. That's the only thing I had the time to play.
That means there's only one thing else left to talk about.
What's that? Indeed.
Ba-ding.
Yeah. Well, we'll be talking about a lot more about that, I think, after the break. In fact, that's probably the best time to talk about it, because there's a lot of Xbox One and PlayStation 4 related stories. And we are pretty much at the top of the hour. So why don't we take a break, come back, talk about Xbox One, which I believe most of us have had the chance to play now. You're watching the Co-Optional Podcast. Going on a quick break. Please do not go anywhere. We shall return. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Co-Optional Podcast. You just heard a pretty fantastic mix from the new Killer Instinct game. I believe that was the opening theme, Jago's theme, the continue theme, and Orchid's theme. And that's a great way to lead back into the show, talk about Xbox One. Yeah. Killer fucking Instinct is actually great.
Is it?
Yeah. So, it's actually the only game I've had the chance to play so far on the Xbox One, because obviously I just got back last night. But we played a good few rounds of it. Jen was complaining that Saberwolf was OP, and Chris was playing Saberwolf, so I'm like, alright, I'll see if I can beat him. Second game, yeah, he went down pretty hard. But that game feels awesome. Like, it feels really, really great. Graphically, it's... I mean, I'm not going to say next gen, because it's a fighting game. Like, pretty much any fighting game can look like that if they put enough effort into it. But the music blows my mind, and... Isn't it strange that we just got this game from a company that, let's just say their previous record wasn't quite up to snuff?
Made just terrible games before.
Yeah, Battleship, G.I. Joe, Rise of the Cobra, and what was the other one? Green Lantern.
Yes.
Just awful. I mean, just...
Quality shit.
Makes me glad I played none of those games.
Oh, they had a reputation of being nothing but shovelware. So when they first announced that, oh, there's going to be a new Killer Instinct game, it's going to be made by Double Helix, I was smashing my head off the desk. I'm like, why would you give them that? What is wrong? Did you not see their previous? Like, they made some of the worst games in the last few years, and then they fucking busted out with this. Like, what the fuck? Is this the same developer? This is great. I was shocked. Really shocked.
I enjoyed it. I'm terrible at it, but...
Oh, yeah. I mean, I suck at it right now, too. I want to spend a lot of time with the training mode, because apparently that's really good.
It is.
It teaches you so much about fighting games.
Yeah, it's step by step, and, I was with friends, so they were getting bored. They were like, all right, so do 3 medium punches, and they're just like, when are you actually going to fight? I'm like, well... You just saw me fight, and I lost, like, the 5th match because I can't do anything.
You don't understand.
You can only smash buttons for so long and get so far. Which, by the way, just like any fighting game, that was pretty fun. Just, like, doing this to the controller and be like, I wonder what's going to happen. And just really cool things happen, like slow motion, zoom in, fireball, crazy stuff. It's like, I wonder how you actually do that. So, yeah, I did the training mode, and I learned a lot, but my friends got bored, so I felt bad.
Oh.
It's something... Sorry, Dodge, go ahead.
I haven't played the Xbox One yet at all. I haven't played Killer Instinct at all. But I totally agree that that's one of my favorite parts about a new fighting game, is being like, how did I do that? And then once you realize, like, how to do it, you're like, God, it just feels so awesome. Like,
it really does.
Powerful.
I go through, like, whenever I play a new fighting game, I go through the usual motions of trying to figure out, right, okay, does Shoto-style quarter circle do anything? Because in most fighting games, it does. So you instantly know a few moves and a few combos based on the fact that I played quite a lot of Street Fighter. And I only played Shoto characters, i.e. Ryu, Ken, Dan, mostly Dan. And as a result, you can pick it up pretty quick. And once you learn the fundamentals of how fighting games work, you can pretty much play any fighting game to a decent level. Because you just understand... beyond what button mashing is. You can also beat a button masher because you know how to counter that.
Yeah.
That's the...
Unless it's Jesse. Every time I fight Jesse in a fighting game, it does not matter how much I've played that game. He's like, I'm gonna just walk on in here and go like this, and he always wins, and it pisses me off so bad.
Well, Jesse's gonna love Killer Instinct then, because a lot of the sort of basic combos are done by just kind of mashing the buttons a bit. But if you want to do the truly good stuff, and also you got to watch out for, if you become too predictable with those combos, you'll get combo breakered and then you just get smashed. But
I cannot say that I've played it. I haven't, but everything I see, it looks beautiful, but I don't know how entertaining it is to watch. Does that make sense? Like, I like watching fighting games, It's very flashy, and there's a lot of stuff happening.
Yes.
I don't know if that makes it an entertaining game though.
I think it can cause problems because, you know, a lot of the stuff that happens with Street Fighter, people will play on the training stage, which is basically like just a Star Trek holodeck, like it's just a grid. Because stuff that goes on in the background can be a little bit distracting. And I feel the characters do blend in more to the background than they do in other games, and that can be a problem.
Yeah, I mean, even watching what you just showed, or actually are still showing on the stream, I think.
Yeah.
It's just a lot. It's like a sensory overload of things happening.
Yeah.
That if you're watching it, after a while you're just like, well, this occurred, and I think it's one of the things that I like about Street Fighter, watching that go down, is it's very methodical, and when something amazing happens, it's like, oh shit, that just happened. This is like something amazing is happening all the fucking time, and it's like, all right, we get it. This game there's a lot of stuff happening. We get it.
But from a casual perspective, that's really nice. You know, Street Fighter 4 is my favorite fighting game ever. And I love watching Street Fighter 4, and I love playing Street Fighter 4 when I get the chance to do that, which is why I'm looking forward to the Ultra Edition when it comes out quite soon. That'll get me right back into it, just the way that I was before. But for this, like, I can sit down, play it, have a good time, play it against some other people, and even if they don't know a lot about fighting games, because the combo system, like, at least the early combos are relatively easy to do, they can still be a little bit competitive and feel like they're doing well, even though I'm about to smash them. So, and the training mode is on the level of Skullgirls, which I think has the best training mode in fighting games.
Yeah.
This is on that level. Now, I don't know if you can do that training mode if you don't pay for it. I don't know if the dojo mode is available if you don't at least buy the $20 version of the game. If it was, and if that was available for free, that would be like the best tutorial to get people into fighting games ever. But I can't imagine that's free.
I bet we can find out.
Let's find out. So, a lot of people criticize the pricing model of Killer Instinct, and they were really kind of wrong to do that. Because Killer Instinct's pricing model is actually one of the fairest in the industry right now in terms of different ways to buy the game. Yeah? And I love the fact that you can buy the game in pieces if you want to, just buy it straight up, or maybe never. Maybe just never buy it. You just decide to play the rotating character because you don't play too much. You play every once in a while. And you can have fun like that as well. And I think more games should do that. I really do. I've been preaching this actually since Capcom started doing it with their stuff on iOS, and I was like, this is great. First 2 episodes of the game, free. And then you can buy episode packs, or you can just buy the whole thing. So if you don't feel like finishing the game, you don't have to buy the whole game. It's awesome. That's consumer friendly.
I'm curious, do you know the end price model? Like, say if you want all the content, like, right now, do you know what that adds up to?
$40.
Yeah,
Okay.
Ultra
See,
Edition
that's not bad.
is
Yes.
$39.99.
Yeah, we got Ultra Edition, and you get the same number of characters as the Combo Breaker Edition, which is $20, which gives you the 6 launch characters and the 2 that are available after. But Ultra gives you, like, all the costumes for every character. It gives you the original Killer Instinct arcade game to play, as well as accessories for each character. I'm like, you know what? I don't mind paying $40 for a fighting game. That's fine.
Yeah, that's standard, man.
Yeah. And each character is $5 each, but, you know, it's $20 for the Combo Breaker pack. So, it's cool because if you just... Maybe you just don't like the other characters. I know a lot of people like to main a character, right? And if you're the kind of person that just plays online, and you have one character that you like to main, that's the only one you play, pay $5. You just bought your game for $5. That's pretty good. Apparently, I'm being told as well that Dead or Alive 5 Ultimate has a similar model as well. It seems like a lot of fighting games are going towards this model, and I like it. I like it a lot. It's it's an absolutely fantastic idea.
Now, do you like this model better than like the old, just like, you know, a full, complete fighting game with everything, and that's your only option for $40 or whatever?
Yeah, of course I do, because it's an option. It's like you can buy the same game in the same way that you always did, or you can buy it in a different way. Options are always good. Like, for me, I'll always buy the full game because, you know, money's not really a problem for games. But for other people, it's a big deal that they can get in on the ground floor. They have an entry-level option.
Right.
The only thing that worries me is the quality because, like, I mean, if these are done right, for instance, if Killer Instinct does this right, which I don't know because I have I believe the $20 version. And, like, say, for instance, when I was young and I bought Street Fighter 2 Turbo, you know, but my mom only got me the $5 version. And that's all I had. And, you know, my friends had the full version. but we couldn't afford the full version, or she didn't want to because there was a $5 version. So, oh, well, you already have the game. That type of stuff makes me feel weird. And just because, those type of situations arise in my mind, I'm not sure if this stuff happens in the real world with this or it will, but you know what I'm saying? Like, makes,
I do.
Like with Mortal Kombat, like, everyone had Mortal Kombat when I was growing up, and you had Mortal Kombat. And so everyone had the same playing field of characters and moves and everything. And I'm just trying to think back, like, say, when I was younger and getting those games, what would it have been like if, like, say, for instance, my friend had the full version of Mortal Kombat, but my parents were like, well, you don't need the full version. You only need this, I don't know. It's just kind of
That's exactly what the concerns that I had that we talked about last week is or I guess 2 weeks ago, I was concerned about the fact that there are characters that you wouldn't have access to, and so you wouldn't necessarily know everything there is to, like, you're not getting the full game, and so there's you're going to go play online, and then some dude just going to kick your ass because you don't have the full experience.
In theory, though, the game should be balanced to stop that from happening. Yes, Dodger?
I mean, that's...
In theory.
Why are you wet? What happened to you? I mean, somebody might have said this already, but that's the same. I was really busy trying to kill a fly. It's the same as with League. I mean, like, you only have access to a few heroes at any given time for free, but you're still going to play against people who could possibly use a hero that you've never seen before or never played with.
Yeah. Although League is actually even more of an intense problem. Right now, the Killer Instinct lineup is 6, and there will be 8. Now, they're going to rotate through, like, which character is free, I believe, every week or so. But in theory, like, balancing an 8-man roster is a hell of a lot fucking easier, especially in a 1v1 game than, like, a 112 champion roster. And there are some flavors of the month in that game that you might not have access to. It happens because Riot's balancing is not perfect. And nobody's balancing is that perfect when you're dealing with a roster that large. But I mean, I certainly see your point. I think you can kind of get away with it with Killer Instinct because it's basically a digital-only game. So parents are not going to be saying stuff like that because they probably don't understand it. Then it's like, oh, you can have the $5 version. They'll probably just say, oh, this game's $20. Can I have it? It's like, oh, it's $20? I paid $60 for Forza, and then, another $80 for the fucking DLC bullshit. I'm fine to pay $20. Incidentally, all game modes are available even on the free one. So you can download this fucking thing for free and learn fighting games on the fucking dojo mode. How is this not good value?
Yeah.
It's great.
Weird.
Yeah. So there's that. That's what I played on Xbox One so far. I also have Forza, I've got Crimson Dragon, and I've got Dead Rising 3, but I haven't played any of them yet. Have any of you guys played any of the other Xbox Ones yet?
Yes.
I haven't even touched an Xbox One. I haven't touched a controller. I have done nothing pertaining to an Xbox One at all.
What
so
do
that's
you
where
see,
I stand.
Jesse? What do you see?
All right. As someone who owns one,
yes.
I want to point out that having both the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One now, I don't know if it's sheer pandering or if it's the fact that Xbox One's slightly winning me over, but Xbox One's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's kind of wonderful. And they really went a little beyond unnecessarily, but like you get an Xbox One Day One achievement, like really stupid things.
That's bullshit stupidity.
God damn it.
You get this bad boy that's like Xbox, like Day One controller,
yeah.
like just nonsense stuff. And they just like, we're gonna kiss your ass because you bought this game. And my favorite thing, I thought I would hate Kinect. I hate Kinect as it was on Xbox 360. Thought I would hate New Kinect. Kind of love it.
Yeah.
Kind of love it.
You have to admit that it's a technical masterpiece. I mean, for what it is, it's amazing. Like,
well, this time around, it's actually powerful enough as well to do what they said it would do.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite thing, and I'm going to use this as an example because I don't need Xbox Live codes, so what you can literally do, this is my favorite part, is just be like, Xbox, I got a freaking code, and it's like, boop, and then you just show this to the screen, and you don't even have to type in the code.
And it just does it.
Yeah. It's the most beautiful thing in the
world.
world.
Oh, that's
like,
awesome.
What? And it's like, bing, you have access to all this new stuff. I'm like, you guys, this is what I needed. I don't have to type in all
like
that crap anymore. Oh, it's the best. It's legitimately the best. And
The machine is so convenient in a lot of ways. Like everything, I haven't actually, I'm not going to say this is my final impression of it because I have not had even remotely enough time to explore what the thing can actually do. But we turned it on when I got home because I wanted to do a couple of rounds of Killer Instinct before I went to bed, and the game started loading before I even told it to. Like, and there was a little window in there. It's like, oh, it's starting to load the... It's doing what? Like, this is a basic, sensible thing. And the way that their OS is designed, yes, it eats a lot of the power of the system up to do it. But if you're, if you don't really need that power, I suppose, it just makes everything faster. It makes everything snappier. I don't have to pick up the controller yet. When I do pick up the controller, it recognizes who I am and loads my profile. It's like, we want to save you time.
It is seriously, it's genuinely faster to get stuff done that way, which is like, this is so nice because having people around, I even tested it to see recognizing stuff, and it recognized me in like 20 different positions, like even my back turned to people, and then having other people in front of the camera, it was like, bing, and it puts a tag above your head, and it's like, I know you, the rest of these assholes are guests, and I was like,
yep.
That's amazing.
Unfortunately, it also does that to cats once in a while. Apparently it picks up cats as guests at times.
but it's still a guest. It's still a guest, which is
Get them.
I'm fine with that.
Be guests.
Dexter,
being a guest.
Brooke's gonna actually get them their own profiles.
I was just gonna say.
You gotta test that. All right, okay. Here's your
going
video idea. Right, get your Xbox One.
Okay.
Yep. See if you can get the cats recognized with their own profiles, and then do a few tests to see if when they walk onto the Kinect, it actually loads the cat's profile.
That's a great idea. That's a great idea.
God.
See, yeah, the Kinect, it's a powerful tool, man, and we had a lot of fun with it. Now, I did notice one bug. Like, it noticed me with my glasses on, off, hat on, off, it's still, but my friend was standing here, and I was standing here, and it recognized, we're like, oh, let's try this. So I scooted behind him, and my tag, I was smooth, and I went behind, and then whenever I did that, it bugged out, and my friend was smooth, and then I exited, and then I was the guest, and he was smooth, and we were like, wait a second, I think we found a bug, and so he had to go all the way off screen, and then come back on, and it reset it. But there are some, things like that.
That's
but
really
I like to do things like that. I like to see what happens when you do things that you're not supposed to do.
Oh yeah, it's not perfect at all.
The one thing I will say though about Xbox versus PlayStation, there's a lot of different tabs and stuff, but it's very simplistic. Like you can figure out where you're gonna go. There isn't a lot of crap there. Xbox is like getting a laptop at Best Buy. There is just a lot of bloat shit on there.
Yes.
Just random things you don't need that they're just trying to give you. And I was like, guys, I'm not ever gonna use Skype on my Xbox. It's never gonna happen.
No,
I'm not
absolutely
cloud
not.
Storage.
I go in there to get away from the internet. Fuck Skype.
Yeah.
I don't want people calling me.
It's like everyone's like Bing. Bing is perfect. I'm never gonna use Bing. I don't care about Bing. Like it, and that kind of annoyed me. But other than that, I was really, really impressed. And having played a game on, and it might just be the games, I assume. But even though Rise is legit, I was wrong. It is legit QTE. 100% QTE.
Yes.
I love it. I still love it to death. I enjoyed the shit out of it. But it's QTE without QTE. Like, guys get highlighted in colors that correspond with the buttons rather than a button popping up on the screen telling you what to press. So you can still kill the guy whatever way you want, but if you press, like yellow, it's like, oh, I gotta hit Y. Or blue, I gotta hit X. Like, if that pops up, that's like gets you the most points, right? So it's QTE, but they're gonna not pretend it's QTE. Yeah. And so, it genuinely looks beautiful. It is gorgeous. There's some scenes where like, Crytek, man, those guys are masters of making things look good. And having played Killzone looks nowhere near as good. And I was like, that might be because this game is designed just to look beautiful and not really have that much to do in it.
Well, yeah, it has no substance whatsoever, so that's probably got something to do with it.
But with that said, I was like, at least now I can see how far Xbox can push graphics, because I was worried that it's not as good a machine as PlayStation 4.
Well, it isn't.
And so,
like, it flat out isn't, statistically.
No, yeah, and so I'm like, well, let's see what they can do. And the game looks great. It looks really, really great. The one big thing that I think angers me the most about the controllers I mean, the biggest thing is here on this bad boy, you can plug in any microphone. On this bad boy, you need the Xbox special garbage microphone.
Yep.
That pisses me off. I was like,
I hate
no one
that.
wants to use that little shitty headphone thingy you have. That's just like the other ones you had. It's so dumb, so dumb. And they missed the opportunity to have like third-party marker, like all sort of stuff they could have added. Like, no, you have to use the Microsoft one. That annoys me. That was kind of, I was like, everything else so far I love, but you're killing me, Xbox. You're killing me. So.
I'm watching this Rise gameplay right now. It's like, why will you not stop slowing down for everything? That's what really annoys me about it. It's like, you were talking about those QTEs, and it's like, you get into the flow of combat, and then this is like, slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down. Like, stop! Let me play.
What's crazy about it, and I think it's actually really funny, is if you are surrounded by guys, if you can get a killing blow off, you'll like unsurround yourself. It's fantastic. So instead of having to block, and then go for the kill, you can just quickly kill a guy, and then when you get back out, the guys are like, that was our buddy. So why did you do that? And then you can just go and kill him again. I'm like, this game is right up my alley. I played on normal, and I just breezed through it. And I was like, maybe I'll do like a playthrough on hard and see what happens. Because normal was not a challenge. I was like, this is great.
Did you beat it?
Yeah, literally in a day.
How long did it
than a
take?
day.
Like, what do you reckon?
5 hours, maybe?
Ugh.
It's not a long game.
It's
The
not
game
long.
has multiplayer, right?
I was gonna say
Yes, it does.
we've
It
barely
does.
been home for very
Yeah.
long at all.
Yeah.
And you
Just
beat it
started
anyway.
beating it, so.
I picked up my Xbox yesterday morning and played it in a day and was like, this is great. The thing is that it's very, very short, and I think the reason why, and this is what I heard, it could be total rumor, I don't know, but originally was it not supposed to be a Kinect game?
I thought that was
Like-
Crimson Dragon that was supposed to be a Kinect game, not Rise. I'm pretty sure that was never supposed to be Kinect.
I'm really curious because there's moments where you feel like I could have played this on a Kinect. Plus, there's a lot of the talking. That's my favorite part. My favorite part is shouting orders at people, and then arrows fly out of nowhere. I'm like, oh, I fired arrows
With my mouth. It's just fucking arrows everywhere.
The best part is that it has a length of how long you have to say it. So you have to shout it really like for a long time. So you're just like, fire arrows! I am way too easily amused. I was having a blast. I was like,
You've just discovered a new level of socially awkward. It's just like you're standing in the middle of your apartment. It's like you're wearing boxer shorts only. No one else is around. It's like fire arrows.
It was great. I was like, this is just my level of class. I'm down. Plus the first level, you get like 50 achievements like that. Or else I did really well. I don't think that was the case. But it was just like, there were so many achievements, it was covering up dialogue. I was like, I don't even know what they're saying. I don't even care. I'm just getting achievements. I was like, this game is great.
Yeah, Crimson Dragon was like that too.
It's
It had the
like-
same type of deal going on where just achievements would pop up and you're actually failing, like not doing very good at the level, and you're just getting all these achievements. And I don't know, just the way it goes with the new achievement system. I don't know, it's fun.
It was, yeah. I'm actually pleased that I get to experience this much of Xbox now, because down the line, I have a feeling I won't be playing much.
Yeah,
Sorry,
exactly.
Xbox, you don't have that many great games coming out. But
Yeah, you know, let's be honest. Like the launch lineup for the Xbox One, they won with that. Yeah, like if you're an early adopter,
Way better than
yeah,
PS4.
it's like get an Xbox One, because unless you really like Killzone, there was literally nothing good for you to play. But actually, no, that's not fair. Because I say that from the perspective of someone that's a PC gamer and would never buy Assassin's Creed 4 or anything like that on a console. The best version of Assassin's Creed 4 on console is the PlayStation 4 version. Yeah, highest
yeah.
detail, looks the best, without fail. So if you want to buy that, or you want to buy next-gen Battlefield, but you don't have a powerful PC, yeah, actually I could see that being a complete reason to get a PS4 on launch. But if you're not that guy, and you also don't like their free-to-play games, there is nothing to play. The exclusives are Killzone and bad stuff. So, no.
Yeah.
They just, no. There's
Yeah,
games
I
that...
played Loco Cycle, I believe is what it's called.
I'm so sorry.
Did you play that? Have any of you played that?
I played a little bit of it, and it was an early
No.
version. I'm like, I guess they could make this better.
Okay, well,
Oh, no.
here's my experience, because the only time I played Xbox was whenever I was in a group of people, and Crimson Dragon was fun to watch. Rise is pretty. Forza is beautiful, but when you start playing it, it's just a racing game.
Yeah.
And people left the room. Loco Cycle was a little bit awkward with the cutscene things and stuff with the story, but that was the game that most people stayed and watched because it actually had a bit of a story. And it had the humor going for it. You're a motorcycle robot. You play as the female robot motorcycle who is clueless about what's going on, but is insanely powerful. And you're dragging Pablo along the entire game. I mean,
apparently the game's borderline racist.
That's what. Yeah,
I mean,
I've heard a lot of people be like, "I don't want to support this game because it's really racist." I'm
Okay,
just like,
to me, I mean, I don't think it's racist. I mean, it's just like a situation, and it's not. It didn't offend me, and it didn't offend anyone else that I was with. But that was the game that like everyone stayed in their seats and was like watching the whole time because the story was going on. The gameplay wasn't horrible. I mean, it was really fun to like shoot at like tanker trucks with the motorcycle while you're getting like pursued by secret agent people, and you have to kill them at the same time. And it was action oriented, so it was a lot of fun to watch, I guess. But I will say this: if you guys haven't played the Kinect Sports demo, that is probably going to be the most popular.
Oh, it's a demo for it?
Yeah, there's a Kinect Sports.
I was gonna say,
on Xbox
TV, you
Live.
were really excited about that.
Yeah, because then I realized it wasn't going to be a launch time. Like, but
Yeah, there's only one game open, and it's Jet Ski. Feels like
Okay.
Jet Moto. If you guys ever played that on PlayStation.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And that was by far the most played in a multiplayer situation. I mean, we were just cracking up constantly because basically, you only have the jet ski game. There's going to be bowling and like shooting and all sorts of other games. But so we're just like, oh, we'll try this, and we open it up, and you can play 2 players right now, 1 or 2 players, and 2 players is the way to go because it's hilarious. Basically, you control your jet ski like a jet ski. You have your hands out like this. It senses your fists, and you steer like this, back and forth. And if you do it wrong, you do it wrong. And we had friends that were doing that and were failing, and it was pretty funny. But and you lean your body to do sharp turns. But the most funny thing is that well, there's 2 funny things. One, like there's a lot of jumps in that game, and so whenever you go off a jump, you get extra speed boosts and stuff if you do front flips or back flips or like fist pumps in the air whenever you go off a ramp, and that's all gauged off your body movement. So if you go off a ramp and do this, you can actually see the character in game doing this. And
That's pretty fun.
It was, and to do flips, you have to like.
You have to literally do a backflip in the middle of the room.
Or this.
Yeah, you have to
and so,
straight up
like,
gymnastic.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, it is hilarious to watch, and a lot of people, they'll be focusing so much on the flip they're aiming wrong, so they'll do like a front flip and just crash and burn in the stands. But we had a lot of fun with that game. The controls, they weren't the tightest, just like everyone has said. Even though the Kinect is an amazing technological feat, still it's not snappy. It's not even as snappy as the Wii, and the Wii's got some lag. So that was kind of, you had to get used to the lag, the latency, I guess.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of fun. Honestly, the Xbox that I played on will probably get the most play whenever they fully release that game, because that's just kind of the way. I don't know. It was the most fun, even though it was not the snappiest controls. One of the funniest moments was whenever we started playing that game. Whenever we started realizing that our rider emulated our movements. Like my buddy,
I think things would start getting really silly at that point.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
he just does this with one hand. He takes one hand off the jet ski and just does this, and just starts fist pumping, and he's not even going, and we're just cracking up.
Yeah.
And then he does it with the other hand, and then he starts like waving back and forth, and he's not even moving. And then he puts his fists on there and starts going. And just moments like that. That's what I remember most about loading up the Xbox is that free demo game with just one jet ski game. So.
That's awesome.
That's what I came away with it from.
I just got sent in chat. Just linked it to you. Rise was in fact.
It
a
was
Kinect
initially.
game.
Yeah. They said they couldn't get it
And-
working properly or whatever.
Yeah, the video is really funny because the guy's like, "You are the warrior." It's just some dude in his room, like pretending he has
Oh,
a shield
no.
and sword. It's like, oh, Kinect videos are so bad.
The funny thing is that it was PlayStation like Sports Champions, I think they called it. They actually had a sword fighting game in that where you used two of the PlayStation moves, and it was actually good. Like because you had a physical thing in your hand instead of acting like a complete jackass. So it's like you could like shield bash with that hand, you like attacked with this, you had a jumping attack. It was great, but I can't see myself doing that with the Kinect. I guess you'd have to get a prop.
Star Wars was a thing.
Yeah, and I hated it. I don't think I'll be playing many of those Kinect games, mostly because my room isn't set up for it. We've got the sectional kind of fairly close to the TV, so I don't think we've even got the space, which it seems like they designed the Kinect to be used, at least in terms of like playing the full-on body games, where the sofa was like halfway across the room and you actually had that kind of space, and we didn't set our room up that way. But I like the fact that there's Kinect functionality for people that sit the fuck down, for once. Whereas the other Kinect was not like that at all. The good things about Kinect are making the control of, like, menus and shit better. Yeah. That stuff you can now do while sitting down, which is fantastic. Because you couldn't do that with the original. It was like, get up and dance! Like, no! I don't play games to be active. Fuck off. I want to be lazy. That's why I'm here.
I think, like, the most obnoxious part... I never owned a Kinect. But whenever I would go to somebody's house and they had a Kinect, the most obnoxious part was when they would try to get the Kinect's attention and just be doing this... for like minutes at a time, and it would finally be like, "Oh hey, do you need me?" It's like, God, what?
While we're on the subject, I think there was a news story that we talked about a week ago about PlayStation selling so quickly, and we had questions whether Xbox would as well.
And apparently it did.
If I'm not mistaken, in less time.
Yeah, but they also sold it in multiple countries. Like, so that kind of they kind of cheated. Like, about 144,000 of those were sold in the UK alone. The UK's always been very big into Xbox, but
really?
But mostly Europe is really big into PlayStation. So the UK doesn't consider itself part of Europe most of the time. So there you go. But yeah, the Xbox sold 1 million as well. Yeah.
In 24 hours, they said, and I think it goes less to the excitement for Xbox and more to the excitement for new gen. Like, people are just like, I want something new.
I want something new,
and yeah. It explains both, because both have sold way more than the last launch console, so...
Well, we've been waiting for the longest time for this.
We have.
It is a big, very, very big thing.
And after a few years of everybody being like, are consoles dying? It's kind of nice to see so many people buying them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and... we shall see when the US launch comes, because it may be a little bit of a weird flip, because I know the US has been traditionally, for the longest time, very much Xbox. The PlayStation obviously caught up very significantly, and it came about equal. But for a good few years, it was Xbox would sell more than PlayStation 3 in the US. But I think things may have flipped a little bit. So it's good to see, because a healthy start for both systems is good for everybody.
Oh, for sure.
But of course, if you want to play the best games, then you should probably buy a PC. We got lots of them. We do it better.
We do have a lot of them, and they look a lot nicer.
They look a lot nicer. Yeah. It's like, oh, 1080p 60. Yeah, that's pretty standard for most of us. Let's go. You want 1080p 120? Because we can do that. It's pretty sweet.
It is pretty sweet.
It's pretty sweet. You want to get some G-Sync up on there for some really sharp images?
Oh my gosh, I would love some G-Sync.
Yeah,
that would
I
be
got
great.
some G-Sync. There you go. Let's get some G-Sync up there. Sorry.
Yes.
Oh my God!
PC's still better than everything.
Speaking of PC Master Race, when we were at Larian, we had a conversation about how best to please you in reviewing the game, and we told them that they should make an entire menu of all FOV sliders, just like 60 FOV slider options. Just hundreds of FOV sliders, and all of them do just nothing really, but they just exist. So you can move sliders back and forth.
We thought we were so funny.
It was very, at the time, we were laughing and laughing.
Yeah. Just imagining really anyone opening up a menu and having there just be like pages. Just pages of FOV sliders.
Pages of FOV sliders. Just, what is that?
It's the best shirt ever.
What?
Dogs!
Why do I think those are dogs? Those are cats.
Oh, they're dogs.
Oh.
I love how only SmoothMcGroove actually understood what that t-shirt was. The rest of you are like, what?
I don't know what that was. What was that?
Kappa. It's Kappa.
What the hell's a cat?
Go into chat and type
Yeah,
Kappa
look at
with a
chat.
capital K. Go to
You just have
chat.
to look at chat right now.
Type
Oh,
Kappa.
all those people? I still don't know what that is. I still don't know who the hell that
Kappa.
is. Who's Kappa?
We're on the outside of a joke, Jesse.
Indeed you are, very much so. Oh dear.
Where did you get that shirt?
Twitch sent me like 6 of them in different sizes. Like I'm planning on
lucky.
burning the smaller ones on a fire.
Lucky man.
Yeah.
Chat is going insane.
So,
I like the one where I shoot Kappa. That's my favorite avatar.
It is not all wonderful, wonderful things for the Xbox One. Not by any stretch of the imagination. Because
What?
microtransactions in fucking everything.
Ugh.
Welcome to the next gen of consoles.
Yay!
That
Yeah,
is
that's
something I
disappointing.
noticed, yeah. And I haven't actually tried it, so I don't know if it is a legit microtransaction, but in Rise, for example, you can get points by doing combos and things like that, which then can be used to buy upgrades, right? So the better combos you get, the more points you get, the better upgrades you can buy. But then there's like, or you can spend money. And I was like, is that in-game money or am I paying for this money? Because I have yet to earn real money. Am I doing that in the game? And it was, I never had to. I luckily could earn the points by playing, but I was like, are they saying that if I just pay money, I can be instantly good? Is that what this is
Man.
saying?
The
My-
same thing happened in Crimson Dragon when we were playing.
Apparently
through
that's
it.
jacked full of them. Crimson Dragon is apparently so full
Yeah,
of
because
them.
you go to the store thing and it's got all these things you can buy, and then we get to this one currency, it's like crystals or something. You're like, oh, I wonder if I can get one of those, and then it's like, that looks pretty cool, and you click on it. It's like, all right, enter your credit card information. It's just like sinking feeling in your stomach. You're like, really? This?
Yeah.
And it's just like, So I just evaded that for the rest of the game.
Yeah,
was
apparently
just-
Crimson Dragon is like super disappointing in the way that they do that because they are locking features basically behind microtransactions.
Yeah.
Rise does it for its the kind of pay to skip thing for multiplayer, like, but you have to get to that tier of skills first before you're allowed to use that to unlock it. But people, they've argued, of course, Phil Harrison has said, no, it's totally fine, like, it's not pay to win or anything like that. And it's like, no, look, here's the problem, and this is the same problem I had with Dead Space 3 when they fucking did this. We cannot trust you at all to leave the proper progression system in the game intact if you also have a way of making money from it.
Yeah.
We cannot trust you to do that. At all. And that's one part of it. That's Rise's part of it. Crimson Dragon is really blatant, and like they lock apparently a lot of features behind microtransactions, and like the economy in it is apparently just really bad.
Yeah.
I haven't had the chance to play it at this
I mean,
point.
we still beat it without microtransactions.
Yeah, you
but
can
it's
still
just-
beat it.
It was so disappointing because, again, those really cool things that were like, oh, that's there in the game, awesome. And we went back and because maybe we can afford this now. Oh, if we bring out our credit card, okay. So we just like didn't get that out of the game when we were beating it. So
Yeah, because you cannot do this whole pay to skip thing in games you're already paying money for and expect people to be okay with that because we cannot trust you to keep the pacing right. Yeah, we can't. It's because the alternative is, oh, well, you've got to just play the game more, right? So what you will do is you will make me play the game more, and I'll get frustrated with the repetitious nature of it, and I'll just pay to get the next best thing. That's how that is. That is how that will be, and I cannot trust you as a developer not to do that.
Yep. And in Crimson Dragon, that same model's there. You have to grind through old
and I should never have to
missions
do
over and
that.
over.
In a single-player game, I should never have to fucking do that. The pacing is vital. Some of my favorite games of this year I've beaten in 2 hours. I don't have to get 40 hours of gameplay when 35 hours of that is shit, repetitious bollocks.
Yep.
And you've done that because you basically would love to get a little bit extra out of me to skip this because, like, well, I like your game, but you're boring my game. You're boring me with your game, and maybe if I give you a little bit more money, it'll be less boring. There are so many horrible ways that could go. And it really disturbs me that this is becoming a standard on Xbox One in particular. I haven't heard of actually any of it on PlayStation 4, though I may have missed it, but Xbox One is riddled with it. And then, of course, we get on to Forza, the game with day one car DLC.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
shit.
They even said it was going to happen, and I don't think anyone thought it was going to be that intense. Like, buy all of it.
Oh, man. Apparently, the microtransactions for Forza 5 run as high as £32.50, right?
What?
Which is about, that's over $50. And that's for one car. One car.
You in a Lambo.
It's
No!
like
The Lotus E21, £32.50.
truck driving games. It's like the truck and farm sim games where people are like, I'm paying to ride in my fantasy. Like, no.
That's horribly exploitative. You're saying that I have to kind of roll the dice on what my favorite car is, and if it happens to be the Lotus E21, then I've got to pay £32.50 for this fucking thing?
It is a nice car, though. I mean, it's pretty nice car.
What do I gotta pay to drive a Prius C?
Oh, you get that for free. In fact,
Awesome.
they give you money. When you drive it, you get money in that game.
Oh, it's just like driving the real thing.
Yeah. Basically, if you want that car, you've got to work a huge amount to it. A huge amount.
Yeah. That's what you just got to keep driving it.
Yeah, the most exclusive cars, basically, like, they take a monumental amount of effort to unlock. And at that point, you can't make the same argument. It's like, oh, you can just play for it. No, you deliberately made it super hard to get that car because you knew that it's highly desirable. It was the same issue with Marvel Heroes, which I think they might have actually changed since I just battered them in that video, but they made the most popular heroes at the time the most expensive. And the only other way to get them is via a random drop system, and you can't trade them.
Can I just say, we sit here mocking this. I just received a bunch of Skype messages that are along lines of this. I would pay to drive that Lotus in Forza. I bought an Xbox 360 to drive one track in Forza 4.
Which isn't in the game.
That is in the game. That's the kind of stuff that people, I guess, I'll never understand it. I'll never understand the need to do that stuff, but it's real popular or else they wouldn't do it.
It's true.
It's a simple money-making thing. They wouldn't do it unless people are willing to pay.
Yeah, it's not that it's popular, it's just that it's not unpopular enough. People are not going to stop buying, well, yet, anyway, buying the games that do this kind of thing, and as a result, they can say, all right, well, the positives outweigh the negatives, yeah? If one whale decides to buy, like, $100 of cars, then, oh, that $60 game just became a $160 game. He's worth more than all of these other people.
Yep. And that's what most microtransactions are about, because they know that while a group of people like us will be like, that's insane, why would you ever... There are other people who, they're like, oh, I cannot wait to get that, and I will spend that money, and long term, that's how they make the most money possible. So they're going to continue to do it as long as people do it. We've said that for years and years, and people are like, oh, we won't ever do that.
No, we've been saying this for ages. Like, sorry, but we were pretty savvy. Like, people are pointing out Jim Sterling's like, yeah. The thing is, like, we were savvy to this as well. We were saying this with Dead Space 3 at the start of the fucking year. We were even saying this before that. And it's got to the point where apparently this is now becoming standard on Xbox One. And the irony of it, the one game where people, like, because they didn't know the business model, were accusing of being like that, i.e. Killer Instinct, is the one that is the least like that out of all the games on that system. Oh, I despise it.
Oh, what foolishness.
Indeed.
Bro, good, great.
Thank you.
Great acting, Macbeth. You hit it.
Don't worry. Don't worry, I'll do a repeat performance tomorrow.
Wonderful. So, yeah, actually, we were saying that with Mass Effect 3. Its business model over the last few years has evolved into a place that I really dislike. And it's getting to the point where I'd actually rather play a free-to-play game, because at least they're upfront about it, than buy a $60 game and then have them fucking try to slide microtransactions in via the back door and say, oh, but you don't need them, but we're going to make it a living hell for you if you don't.
Yeah, and I think that's the line that I guess everyone's waiting for them to cross, because there's a very fine line everyone's walking where it's.
They already have crossed it, in my opinion.
I mean, I would say we're on it. I wouldn't. I mean, there's a lot of times where I feel like
on the line we haven't crossed it yet.
You're just standing right on that line. Is the toe over the line? Is the majority of the shoe on the line?
Oh, there's probably a toe. There's probably a toe.
Okay.
A little bit over. They may have scored a touchdown. We don't know. Get the line judges out. I feel like we just need to. No.
Yes.
He decided to join. Sorry.
If you want more of that cat, you're gonna have to pay $20 in microtransactions.
$20 But here's the thing.
Done.
Put
my money.
That's the line. That's the line. Is that you got the cat? So if you want more of the cat, you already got the cat. So if you want more of the cat, then that's DLC, and you have to pay for it. But we gave you the cat. Like, that's the line they're walking, and I think that you know, if you're gonna get some of the cat, you can't complain. They gave you some of the cat, right? So in most games, they give you a bunch of extra stuff like cars that are $80,000, but you don't need that $80,000 car. If you want it, it's there. And until they're like, if you must have this car to race on this track, to play this thing that's in the game already, then that becomes a problem. So like if we then said we showed you that cat, now you must pay us $14.99 to continue watching the rest of this podcast, then that would be a problem. But right now we are on that fine line where they're like trying to pool all the money they can without pissing people off too much, just pissing them off enough.
It's really they're basically preparing the ground. Yeah, they're very, very, very slowly moving towards this state where it will be entirely okay for this kind of stuff to happen. And what really pisses me off is that these so-called time savers or pay to skip, you know what they used to be called? Cheat codes. They used to be called fucking cheat codes, and they were free. You know?
Game Genie.
Game Genie in the house.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Oh my gosh, Game Genies were great.
Yeah, and you didn't have to go out of your way to pay for that stuff. And you know what? In a single-player game, if you wanted to cheat, that was on you. You could do that.
Mm-hmm.
I shouldn't... Cheating in a single-player game and paying money for it is literally the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
There is no cow level, though. Warcraft 3. And 2.
Yeah.
No, the code in 2 was something different.
There can be only one.
The only
that
one?
was one of them, yeah.
There were so many codes. Oh, yeah. Like, those were the days where it was like, all right, if you want to cheat, enter a code. And then they said, no more cheating. You have to earn it. But you could pay money for it.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you earned it at your 9-to-5 job.
Yeah.
Right.
So give it to us. Give it.
I think the only game I ever memorized cheat codes for was The Sims. Motherload! Give you all the money.
Again, a great game to have that for, because some people don't want the progression experience of kind of slowly building your house up. They just want to build their fucking dream house.
They want to build a cool house.
Yeah.
So you're just like motherload,
Cool.
motherload, and you just get all the money, and then you build a dope house.
Were
and
there
then you're
cheats
done.
in Sims 3, and did they ever try and sell you money in Sims 3? Like, that's what I'm interested in knowing.
I don't remember them ever shoving any microtransactions at me in The Sims 3. But I honestly
they just
don't
sold you
remember.
20 expansion packs instead, you know.
Right, yeah. Yeah, that is one thing that they did, is they killed the modding community. Because the games
Sims 3?
before that, the games before that had this huge, awesome modding community. And then in Sims 3, they were like, well, I mean, why would you need mods if you can buy our expansions?
Exactly.
It was like, fuck yourselves. It was the worst.
Well,
Sims 3 had Motherload as well. Sims 3 had Motherload. So.
Sims 4 is going to have an offline mode and modding tools built in from the start, which is like, oh, EA's being reasonable for once. That's nice.
Sims 4 looks so good. I don't want to put too much of my heart into it.
Don't.
But like they're letting you actually make people look how you want them to look, which is incredible to me. They're like, "Oh, you want one guy who has like one huge muscle arm and then is super wimpy everywhere else? You can have that." And I'm like, "Yay!" It's just that's it.
Smoothie,
Let's
you
move
look
on.
like you've been on the verge of saying something over the past few minutes. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this whole thing.
I've been listening while Charles has been just kind of all over the place. He's now sitting on my mouse.
Perfect.
Yeah, I never played a Sims game. I don't know. The whole microtransactions thing is just something that I've discussed so much with, friends of mine, and it's just I don't think I'll ever take part in it. And the people that I know, the few people that I know in my personal life who are into microtransactions are people that play games that I don't care about, and that just seems to be a pattern. And I don't know. It's just, for me, I think my whole thing is just like vote by not doing it, and I'm not going to do that. And I think I also learned early on, a little mini story here. When I played Diablo 2 back when I was like 15, I quickly realized that there was an eBay community for selling items, and it wasn't legal, which is why it got shut down. But I whether for better or for worse, I took part in that in little bits and pieces here and there, and I learned very quickly. And this is way before microtransactions in any games. Like, this is organic microtransactions happening. Say a pair of gauntlets, a pair of Frostburns were worth $45 on eBay. Well, I memorized this kind of stuff, and I got to where I would trade in-game items, and I knew all the values, and I would, eventually, I would trade two, say, $12 items that I knew that was what it was worth, and I'd get a pair of Frostburns, and I'd make a profit, and I would just do that a lot, and then I ended up basically, well, again, for better or for worse, making more money than a lot of my friends who already had jobs. And because of that, I learned the type of people who were spending money. That was the big thing for me as a 15, 16-year-old kid. I quickly learned the type of people who spent money on these games. And they were the type of people that I would never, ever want to play with in my life. They were people who didn't play games Monday through Friday. They were weekend warriors who, worked 40 hours a week and then came home and they were tired and they wanted to cheat on a game. And so they would break out their wallet and buy Frostburns and a Silks of the Victor and all these Diablo 2 items. And I remember, again, I'm not proud of doing this, but I remember the most expensive weapon that I sold was $250. And this guy that bought it was a 45-year-old guy who his AOL profile picture was a purple polo shirt with him with his bowling ball next to him and this woman with a mullet. And we had a conversation. And he just talked about how he doesn't play very much, but he just wanted to do as good as he could when he could play. And he had no idea what he bought. And, I had so many, I could talk for hours about the type of people that bought these items off of me. And it was just, I blew my friends' minds because we were all gamers. We played games for fun, and we enjoyed it. And it blew their mind that people were doing this, and it blew my mind as well. But I was taking advantage of it because I built a Pentium 3 computer before any of my friends had it because I had money, and it was an early life lesson for me. It was microtransactions before microtransactions, and I got to see kind of the demographic there, and because of that, I kind of think I have a little bit maybe of a deeper appreciation of why microtransactions exist and what type of people actually take part in them. So, anyways.
Yeah, I can provide kind of a counterpoint to that as someone that played quite a lot of free-to-play games and is very much willing to pay to skip and boost and things like that, because my time is worth far more than that money. This is especially true considering what my career is. So I need to get to a certain level as quickly as possible. And more often than not, it really comes down to bad design. If I feel the desire to boost myself forward at that speed because your early game experience is that dull, then you have made a mistake in terms of designing your game. And it's also the same idea with all of this nonsense with pay to skip and Crimson Dragon and Forza. It's like you have elongated your experience to the point where I cynically believe, and I'm probably right, that you did it in order to try and force people into buying this latest car because they are just so sick. All they want that car. They desire that car. And if you're going to put so many barriers in the way of them getting there, then people are just going to say, look, this isn't worth my fucking time. Right. Also, you don't have to play a game for 300 hours in order for it to be a worthwhile fucking experience. And Sorry, Jesse, go ahead.
No, I was saying, do you wonder if, in the case of Forza, if it isn't also the car companies saying, we don't want everyone to get our car? So they need to pay extra for it.
That's a
and
really interesting idea. The fact that like because it's super rare, they want to kind of keep that prestige.
Keep it rare, and so it's even more money than you would think. And so only those willing to spend the money, just like in real life, have the right to drive that car.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, you could still get the car, I believe, without paying for it, but you've got to work so fucking much to get to that.
You know, and they skew the game design because of that. That's where it just kills me.
Yeah, because they designed the game around that idea, and that's not okay. Unless it's a free-to-play game where it's just like, you know what? Yeah, you can do that stuff because this game is free, and I understand what your business model is. Forza is not free. It is a $60 game.
Right.
Yeah, it bothers me so much. And again, I think the multiplayer item selling, especially in MMOs or games like Diablo, which aren't MMOs, are just like massively multiplayer RPGs, I guess. Like that type of stuff, and even in a lot of the Korean MMOs, like that stuff happened just organically, where items had value because they had value. They're hard to get, and it was good game design. And because of that, people started doing third-party selling, and the companies didn't like that because they were making a cut of it, but the games were designed to where people actually enjoyed the game so much. The system was good. The item system was fantastic in a lot of these games that people actually ended up... I met a guy when I was, again, 15, who quit his job at 7-Eleven and was, making 15 grand a year at that time. He was making 35. He made 35 grand that year selling Diablo 2 items. I mean, and it's just, it popped up organically because the Diablo 2 item system was fantastic. The game design was great. It was rewarding to get those items. It was hard, and so people would pay for them. And in games like WoW, like we talked about, the illegal account selling thing, accounts had value because it was so much effort was put into that, and people wanted to do that because it felt good. And people wanted that because it's like, man, that's so hard to get. And a lot of times it took a lot of skill and guild politics to get that stuff. And so they would pay $1,000 for this character, and it was illegal, and Blizzard shut all that down.
Yeah.
But
then they kind of legalized it anyway with the auction house.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jesse. The point that you made earlier was actually surprisingly accurate. So there's a statement here. This is from there's a NeoGAF thread that made a massive 200-page thread hating this thing, which I don't actually blame them for. I'm looking at it and saying, and this is a statement from Turn 10 the developer, in regards to the transaction system. For those who want to spend some extra real money and get those exclusive cars, they'll have that option, but they will no longer devalue the hard work of those who earned the cars through racing and building up in-game credits. Either way, expensive cars will have a real rarity. They deliberately increased the price.
There you go.
In order to, and they're claiming that's good for the gamer. They're claiming, well, we won't devalue the work of the other guys. You know how else you could not devalue the work of the other guys? By not having microtransactions in your game. There's a way not to devalue it. But no, you wanted the extra cash.
Yeah, they could have just said, you have to work really, 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 really hard to get this, and you've earned it. You've earned the right to drive this thing. But they're also, saying, or just spend some money. You'll be fine. Which is a really just nasty way of doing things, but
it really is, because it's blatant that it's affected the design and the progression curve of the game way beyond what it should have.
The one thing about WoW character selling that at least was the silver lining is you could instantly tell who bought their characters.
Yep.
It was like, oh, you have all this great loot and you don't know what the shit you're doing. You're no longer in this guild. It's that kind of thing. At least it was easy. I don't know if the same thing can be said for a driving game or something like that. I'm not really a big driving game player, so I don't know.
No, it's with illegal item selling again like that and character selling. Again, from my own experience, it was really easily seen that these people had no idea what they're doing that were buying these characters. Most of them didn't even play for very long. In our guild that we had, we had one guy that sold his character. The guy played for a week and then quit. Mm-hmm. I don't even know how much he paid, $500, $600. Another one it's so many. The only instance that I remember in my entire server that I played on where a character was bought and sold and actually got played was for a PvP arena team. My buddy sold his warrior because it was really well geared, and he got a lot of money for it, and you know, he good for him, whatever. It was illegal, but the guy actually transferred it to a server and ended up being like playing in like competitive arena. I think maybe even in whatever MLG thing they had at the time. But shortly after that, the character got banned because of some, you know, really, I think that he was doing something illegal also with that character. I don't remember. So again, just not good experiences.
It's like the whole driving with busted taillight and just having your entire car covered in cocaine. It's like, problem, officer.
It's just like, what are you doing, man? You paid like $900 for that character. I don't know. But with the illegal item selling stuff, that's organic. And that's interesting to me because you know, it's just kind of out in the wild happening. With the sanctioned selling, like, we're designing a game around this $4.99 item and also this $9.99. Oh, this $29.99. If you pay that, well, man, you can get double this and double that for this much longer. And it's just like,
it's like, how about you don't make it take 500 hours to fucking unlock the cars? How about you try that? Because at that point, people just we know that people are going to buy the car that they want because they can't be arsed, and it becomes like a luck thing as well. Like, what if my favorite car is actually, like, the first car on the roster? I just got lucky. But what if I like a Lotus E21? What if that's my favorite car? It's the same with guns in anything like Call of Duty or Battlefield. It's like, what if, say, the G36 is my favorite rifle? It's the rifle I like the look of the most, you know, and maybe a bit of a aficionado or maybe enthusiast of that weapon. Or what if my favorite rifle happens to be an AK-47, which is the first gun or whatever? It's really annoying to be in that situation, I find. I guess it sounds a bit petty, but even then...
It devalues whatever that is for me. Like, for instance, in Forza, it's like that car, it's like, it makes me not even want to go for that car because it's like, well, it's cheapened anyways because you could just buy it with money. And, you know, anyone can buy it with money. Even if you're in debt, you can put it on your credit card and pay that off in a year. And it's just like, it devalues it. Whereas in games that don't have any microtransactions, those items are there. And when you see someone have it, it's like, oh, they did this to get that.
Yeah. And the progression curve to get it was probably fair as well. It was probably reasonable.
At least it was, you know, designed. It wasn't designed around a microtransaction.
Yeah.
So
it wasn't artificially elongated with the notion of trying to tempt people into paying.
Exactly.
And why is it that developers themselves are saying, "Oh, we can just grind for it"? Nothing in your game should be a grind. If it is, can we just remember what grind originally meant? That's bad. That you shouldn't be celebrating that. Yes, Dodger.
I've got to admit, since we're talking about this, I get what?
Nothing.
What?
I know what you're gonna say. I know what you're gonna say. Please go. Go on.
I get like a weird. I don't know. I really enjoy playing games that are super microtransaction heavy and proving that I can beat it or get what I want without having to buy anything.
Okay.
That's
like
another aspect.
I kind of really enjoy that. There's that game Battle Cats. It totally got to a point where they were like, "Hey, you wanna just buy the best cats?" And I was like, "No." And I spent so long upgrading all of my cats to like their biggest form, and then just like finally beat that game. But it did take a while. It took like a grind, but it felt so awesome to be like, "You tried to sell me stuff.
You stuck it to the man." That's what you did.
I feel like that is sick. Like
It is. It's a sickness.
Because here's the thing.
Yes.
Games like that, you said several key words there, like took a long time, and when I finally did, and yes, in the end you were like, I beat it, but to get to that conclusion, countless hours were spent playing something that did not deserve your time playing it.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's so fun. No, but that game was really fun. That's the thing, is like a really simple game that's covered in microtransactions that you can just kind of like space out and play is completely different from a game where like you're sitting at a console with your TV just like playing forever. Like that game was on my phone. I could play it anytime I was bored.
Okay, so you get around the grinding aspect of it by the fact you're only playing it in short bursts to begin with.
I'm
Whereas
playing
console
it in
games...
bursts, and yeah,
console games encourage you to play for hours at a time. Phone games, it's minutes at a time.
Yeah.
But even then, the same sentiment is there that these games are like, oh no, you can earn it by doing this. Like, fuck you, I shouldn't have to spend 12,000 hours to earn your stupid thing. That's insane. Like, that's not even remotely cool that you would do that. And that's why, that's the insulting thing. Like, that pisses me off. But I guess I'm no longer hardcore.
Well, no, it's because you are hardcore. Like, this is a casual as fuck. Really.
Jesse, you're so hardcore. You're the hardcorest.
Hold on, let me sip my tea now.
People play games differently, and that's what I've realized. You know, like my buddies who play the microtransaction games, they play games in bursts, short bursts, and and they usually do it together, or they talk about it, and then they just stop. Like I like to play games very focused, and microtransactions feels like it cheapens that experience for me.
Is that it? Are we done with hating on microtransactions?
Yeah, it's probably a good time to go to the break. After the break, we can talk about releases and a bunch of all other stuff. That sounds like a good idea.
Woohoo!
Yep. Let's go to a break. When we come back, we will be looking at the releases that you can waste money on and probably also have microtransactions. You're watching the Co-optional podcast. We'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Co-optional podcast. The final hour begins.
Hello!
Just heard the great sound of Lotus Turbo Challenge. That was a racing game that didn't have microtransactions in it. That was nice. And it was also a game where you didn't have to pay for a Lotus. In fact, the entire fucking game was nothing but Lotus.
I saw your tweet. I was like, and now here's a song from a better racing game.
Which, of course, isn't true.
Sing!
It's like, no, it's not that Forza is a bad racing game. It isn't. It's just I'm getting rather sick of paying for things that I shouldn't have to pay for. Well...
It's understandable.
Yeah, I think so. Like, I think I'm being a reasonable human being here when I say that I don't like that.
Yeah, it's fair.
I think it is fair. I really do. Definitely think so.
Who are you waving at just then, Jesse?
No one. None of your business.
I just see Jesse sitting like this and then go...
None of your business. It's Nunions, and that's my cat. How about that shit? It was a cat that I own.
You own a cat?
No, he is a cat. We discussed this in Belgium.
Oh shit! Yeah, no, I had a deep. Here's the difference between American drunk and Belgium drunk. American drunk, you're like woo woo. Belgium drunk, you have revelations about yourself, and one of them was. Dodger was talking about cats, and I was like, I hate cats so much. And she said, I like them because they
cultivate a relationship with them. They don't immediately like you or give you attention.
You have to earn your love. That's what she said. You have to earn their love.
Okay.
And I said, that's why I like dogs, because dogs love you no matter what. I was like, cats are assholes. I hate cats. And I was like, if anything, I can relate to them maybe because they have to earn your love. And I was like, holy shit, the reason why I hate cats, I'm a cat. That's why we don't get along. I'm a cat. It blew my mind. That's Belgium drunk. That's all the story is. I was like, holy shit, and it blew my mind at the time. And I was like, I am the cat.
Wow.
That's why I don't like cats.
You guys should realize this is a very short summary of how long that conversation went on.
Conversation,
between like a decent number of people all discussing like cat people versus dog people, and whether like dog people are actually cats themselves, have cat personalities, and people that love cats are actually dogs. Like just like this huge.
Yes, it was. Yeah,
a good conversation.
I don't know if "good's" the word I would use. It was a conversation that we had.
One of many.
It was impressive. So yeah, that's a thing. So don't matter who I was waving to. Continue on with video game releases.
I can't wait for this because at the end of this release list for US, there is a game I greatly wish to talk about. Dodger, it's all yours. Take it away.
I'm on it.
What's coming?
Okay.
It's coming.
Today, that game that I can't pronounce the name. Ys. Memories of Celceta for Vita and PlayStation Network Vita.
Vita having games. Vita having games.
More Vita games. Yeah. Heck yeah. Saint Seiya Brave Soldiers comes out on PlayStation 3 Network.
Saint Seiya's been around for so long, hasn't it?
A long time, yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know what it is. Like, I think it was some anime thing? What? Does anyone know anything about that?
I've never played a Saint Seiya game.
Have you watched a Saint
I've
Seiya
never
show?
even heard of it until now.
Time
What?
to
It's
Google.
with Jesse, actually.
I've never heard of
Really?
Saint Seiya ever.
All right.
Never.
What?
Saint
No.
Seiya. Let's. Oh Jesus,
been on
this
my radar.
is.
Let's let you do it.
Saint Seiya was the manga was first released in 1986. Like,
What?
as in,
Oh my
it's
God,
almost
these
older than me.
characters.
Wow.
I was gonna say, what? That's. I wasn't even born.
Yeah. The television show started its run in October 11th, 1986. So, it is that fucking old.
What? Oh my
That
God!
was
Is this one
-1.
with the armored lions? I've seen that armored lion guy. He's so happy. Oh, gross! Now I gotta send you this image. Gross.
Okay.
Enjoy.
Oh God. Scrolling down.
I
clicking.
don't. Do I want to be really. Do I want to look at this?
It looks
Oh.
so happy.
That is the happiest lion. I'll give you credit for that.
Happiest
You were not
lion.
kidding when you said that was a happy lion.
Holy shit! Also, there's a lot of apparently over the years. If you keep scrolling down this Google Images, they've had a lot of time to do a lot of homoerotic hentai.
Oh
so
dear, no.
Oh, I'm sure.
As you can
That's a
see,
thing.
very happy lion. Thankfully, which is not homoerotic hentai, but hey.
could be.
Yes, so there is a new game regarding
There's a new
this.
Saint Seiya game.
Yes,
It might be homoerotic. It might be hentai. We don't know.
This is kind of to the level where there's no way in a million years I could possibly even consider trying to get into the series if it's had that much stuff behind it. No
Yeah.
way. That's kind of crazy. Well, but apparently Saint Seiya is still around, so there you go.
Yeah. Also coming out today, a game that I think we might all be familiar with is
Indeed.
Tiny Brains.
Tiny
for
Brains.
PS4.
Yep.
Hey.
Tiny Brains is a really fun game. It's come for PlayStation 4. It is more designed around 4-player co-op, which means you will pay literally thousands of dollars for PlayStation 4 controllers at this stage in order to actually participate in that. Pretty sure PS3 controllers do not work with the PlayStation 4. Would I be right?
I don't think they do.
No, they don't. And
Yeah.
I didn't get a chance to test Xbox controllers or Xbox 360 ones with Xbox One. So we'll see if that works. But
Yeah,
no, PlayStation don't.
Yeah, the PlayStation Move controller does. The actual DualShock 3 does not.
Right.
So
Cheers.
yeah. So it's unfortunate that you're releasing a 4-player co-op game right now when the controllers are at their most expensive.
Yeah,
and there's no
that
third-party
really
ones.
sucks.
That's really unfortunate.
That's going to
'cause
hit
that
them
game's
pretty
fun.
hard, I think. Yes,
Like
it is.
$64
Really-
with tax for a controller. I saw it the other day and was
Wow.
like, that is. I don't need a friend that bad.
You've really got to have friends that also have PS4s to even justify playing Tiny Brains
Yeah.
right now on PS4, because otherwise it's just so expensive to get enough controllers for it.
Yeah.
So that's ouch. But it's a good game. It's actually a lot of fun. I have a video on my website that should demonstrate that.
Yeah, man. Once controllers are manageable, you should play that game. Next up today is Hyperdimension Neptunia Victory.
Oh, that
PlayStation
thing.
3 Network.
I looked it up
Okay.
just now.
Uh-huh.
And the first image I see is a woman welcoming me to her boobs. So
Sounds about right.
So you're in,
fifth-
is what you're saying?
the fifth image is the fifth image is my perfect anime. Every time I talk about anime, I always talk about the 3 types of women: small boob, medium boob, big boob.
Right.
Fifth image on this thing, we got 1 small boob, 3 big boob, 1 medium boob. Boom! The entire anime woman catalog in one game, guys. So if you're
You're
into
just
that,
a horrible person.
I can't look. Talk to the Japanese, not me. I didn't make it that way.
That
I
the
just
stupid
summarized
character
it.
design is what puts me off a lot of those games. I gotta be honest. You know, it's like you have the right to make that. Fine, do whatever. But
Yeah.
I just can't play it without feeling bad about myself.
Here's the problem
Yeah.
with this one. Like much in the cutesy anime, they tried to sexualize cute,
They need
and
to
so their
stop that.
faces from
Yeah.
the neck above look like they're 12, and then the rest of them look like they're 26. And it's
Fucking
like,
hate that.
this is not cool.
No, it really isn't.
Yeah,
It's annoying
so
because it
that's-
ruins quite a few like pretty good games. So I can't stand the aesthetic.
Let's move on.
Yep.
Next
Yes.
game is called Painkiller Hell and Damnation.
Yep, Painkiller
for PlayStation
HD.
3 Network.
It's been out on PC for quite some time. It's not a bad remake of the original Painkiller. It is missing some of the levels from the original Painkiller, but if you never played the original Painkiller, it's definitely not a bad way to play it, because it's actually pretty good for what it is. It's arcadey, very much a single-player arena shooter, where you'll go into an arena, a bunch of fucking skeletons come at you. Shoot them with shurikens and lightning and stakes and all sorts of other good shit, while metal plays in the background. That's what that game is.
Sunglasses.
Yeah, that's what it is. You wear a leather
That's what I
jacket.
imagine.
You're Heaven's Hitman. You kill shit. It's good.
Beautiful. On November 29th, we will get Flow. I'm assuming it's the Flow
Yes.
HD for PS4 and all that. They already
Yep.
have Flower
Good.
on there.
Yes.
Escape Plan for PS4.
Interesting that Escape
Wait.
Plan would make its way onto PS4.
Question:
Yes,
Does this
Jesse?
mean Does this mean we're gonna get to play Journey on PS4 and a super remake of Journey?
They're talking about that being a possibility because already
That would be awesome.
because Flow and Flower are that game company as well, and they have kind of made their way over there. They are considering like a special edition of Journey.
That would be so great. Like, speaking of games where you don't need a million hours of gameplay to feel like you got a lot out of a game,
Fuck yes,
Journey is
absolutely.
so good.
Yeah.
Escape Plan, though, as you mentioned, it was one of the earlier PlayStation Vita titles, and it was also one of the better ones. Like, it was one of the best sellers on PlayStation Network. It's pretty good. Like, its art style is quite nice, and it's nice that it's getting a release on a platform that some people actually own. I
Yeah,
don't
they're
know.
just porting it, right? It's not like increased graphics, craziness.
Well, I'd hope they increase some of it, because the resolution on the Vita isn't that high. It would look pretty
Yeah, I guess that's
bad
true.
if they just straight ported it.
Yeah.
It's bad. It's gross and bad. Yes?
Yes, Jesse.
We have a conflict, guys. Tiny Brains is also releasing December 3rd.
What the...
I feel like December 3rd is correct.
I have a feel. Yeah, I was gonna say I have a feeling there was something wrong with this release list.
I don't think Tiny Brains is coming out today, or I would know about it. I'm pretty sure it's December 3rd.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
Tiny
actually
Brain's
true.
launching December 3rd for PS4.
Huh. Okay.
Delay. Oh, there was a delay on it. That might be
Ah, all right. Yeah, that release that makes sense then. Okay. Yeah, there was a mistake
so
in the list.
scratch that. It's not out today. It's coming out December 3rd.
Yep.
Along with a game called Rainbow Moon. for
Fuck yes,
PlayStation
Rainbow
Vita.
Moon. This is actually
Like the
great.
title.
Yep.
Wait, what?
No.
Of all the things I never thought I'd hear you say,
Fuck yes, Rainbow
fuck yes,
Moon.
Rainbow Moon is among them.
Fuck yes, Candy Sparkle Galaxy. Let's do this shit. No, Rainbow Moon's actually really good. And it's strange that we were talking about, like, tactical battle RPGs, because Rainbow Moon is one. And it's pretty good.
Really?
Really? I've never seen it.
Yeah, it originally came out for PlayStation 3.
Rainbow.
It was last year.
Okay, so a newer series.
Yep, and they're putting it on Vita now, which is great. But unfortunately, it's another game that had microtransaction issues because it got quite grindy and they decided to put pay to skip in that as well. So I'm hoping that the Vita version, they dialed that back.
This looks like Clash of Clans.
What? That's a weird comparison.
Like, just from screenshots, it looks like Clash of Clans.
Let's see if we can bring up some footage of it.
Visually,
Okay, good.
I'm looking at
Because,
the screenshots now too. I almost agree with you. It visually looks like it. Yeah.
Yeah?
right?
I never
was
played the
like,
game, so I don't know. But
I'm not a huge fan of Clash of Clans. So,
Clash of Clans was kind of hilarious because, and I'm pretty sure it's okay to say this, and we bloody well should because of like full disclosure. But a few of us got offered to play that like as a promo thing, and I think a couple of us did, and most of us seem to come to the conclusion that we did not like Clash of Clans.
well, like
nobody
more than
nobody
that,
likes it.
yeah, more than that, it was also just this is not the sort of game that anybody wants to watch a video of gameplay of,
Yeah.
right? It's a game where you poke a couple buttons and then you walk away for a few hours and then you come back and poke a couple buttons. I was like, not good for just like sitting and playing at all.
It was a valuable learning experience. It was.
Well, Mighty Quest for Epic Loot is basically Clash of Clans, just a fuckload better. So, I mean, you could just try playing that. It's got a lot better since as well.
I've heard that game is actually pretty great.
It is. It's getting
Like
better.
I've played it a little bit, but it's like apparently getting better. Yeah.
It was really bad at one point with their microtransactions because you could basically just buy your way to power. They fixed a lot of that. and it's actually a pretty fun game. So I would recommend it. This is Rainbow Moon, by the way, which it's just like the graphic style is kind of classic, maybe early PS2, late PS1, sort of. It looks like it's sprite-esque, but it's not kind of style to the actual aesthetic of it. It also has tiny bees. A tiny bee. Tiny bees! Tiny bee is apparently an enemy. But yeah, you can see, like, the way the movement works in the combat is very much tactical battle-esque, but on a very much a smaller, quicker scale. But those enemies are called tiny bees, and there's nothing tiny about those bees. That's a lie. That is one of those lying things.
Maybe in that world, those are the tiniest bees they have.
Oh, Jesus, yeah, that's a thought. That's a world I would not want to live in. Those are not tiny bees at all. But no, it is actually really good. And it's good that it's coming to Vita as well, because I think it's a really good platform for that kind of stuff. Just as it was on the PSP. PSP is some of the best kind of these games for years. You know, it dominated that space. It still does in Japan.
Right.
So yeah, that's Rainbow Moon. And I think that's something you might want to pay attention to if you're a Vita owner.
Me, I am.
I am, yes. I haven't picked up my Vita for a while, but let us continue with the list. We'll skip the Android game.
Oh, okay. If we must.
Yes.
December 6th, Gran Turismo 6 on PlayStation 3.
Yep. Which apparently is also loaded full of microtransactions for cars. So
yeah,
the
that's
rumors
what I've
are.
heard too.
Yeah.
I was gonna just try to just skip on through.
It's also really weird to see Gran Turismo 6 coming out for PlayStation 3. It's like, what a great game that would have been to, you know, release just after launch. So there's actually a game worth playing on the PS4.
Yeah. I don't even know, man.
But that happens on every generation. Like, there's something they've just been developing for years. Like, well, we can't just port it over now.
I mean, maybe. And then last up is December 10th. Sorcery Saga: Curse of the Great Curry God. Vita and PlayStation Network Vita.
There are many things I would like to talk about with this.
What?
Okay.
What, TV?
One, that's the greatest title of any game ever made. Sorcery Saga: Curse of the Great Curry God. Or someone from the UK.
Gods.
Yeah, the Curry God. Secondly, it's by Axis Games. They are the same people that made this thing. Muramasa Rebirth.
Muramasa.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Axis, they made that. And they also made Odin Sphere and a bunch of other stuff. So they make good games. But the greatest thing by far for this, for the limited edition, the spicy...
I'm looking at it right now.
The hot and spicy, everything nicey limited edition includes a fully usable plate, spoon, and bib featuring the huggable characters from the series.
Huh?
Wow.
Yes.
Already. It looks like you would feed a baby with this stuff.
Yes.
It is insane.
There's a very, very, very small image of it. I'm not sure I can really show it to you, but I will try. Ah, yes, I can. Okay. Here we go.
This game is entirely too cute.
There we go. There is a plastic plate in the shape of a rabbit, a bib, and a small spoon.
Goodness, what is this?
I don't even...
I love the way that the entire point of the RPG is Papura's quest to find ingredients to make the legendary curry.
Yep.
And what the hell is it with Axis games always having a cooking element in it? Muramasa has one as well. You get ingredients just to make ramen and stuff. And it's similar in their other kind of games. So apparently it is a roguelike style dungeon crawler by Axis, and it has a very serious cooking element to it.
I am extremely curious about the gameplay.
Not even remotely curious. It's
very curious.
It's too damn cute for its own good.
But apparently, it's pretty hardcore. It's got, like, if you die in a dungeon, the items you possess and all the levels you accrue throughout the game disappear.
You can't even loot your body.
Apparently,
they're just gone forever.
Hardcore.
Extremely cute, extremely hardcore game. What a weird mix.
Yeah.
That's how cute games should be. Cute games should be the hardest games.
Behold the power of curry, so says the feature list. Need a quick boost to help you conquer even the most challenging of dungeons? If you have the recipes and ingredients, you can make a delicious stat-boosting curry in any dungeon. Perfect.
Yes.
And it's for Vita, so we have more games to play. Vita is rapidly becoming the really weird Japanese RPG machine again.
Yeah.
And I'm actually entirely
fine.
okay with that.
I mean, it
That's
started
totally
with
fine.
Persona, right? And everybody was like, I'm gonna buy a Vita for
For
Persona.
And now it's like, oh, there's all these other games that you might actually like. Yeah. I will
Yep,
buy
yep.
this Sorcery Saga game.
You. Look, I've never wanted you to buy something more in my life. I just never. I don't know. The more I look into this, the less I even know what the hell's happening. I just don't.
Apparently this game has drug references in it. Let us watch the little trailer. I have it right here.
18 plus.
Yeah.
Does it?
I'm not sure how it has drug references in it, but apparently it does. Curry is my drug. I'll give him that. Curry is delicious.
Curry's the man's drug.
Jesus Christ, this is chibi as fuck.
Oh God.
I can't.
I gotta admit,
Jesus.
I do have some problems with that art style as
I
well. So
can't
just like I
handle
cannot
this.
deal with it.
Oh my God! Even the evil one's cute. God, shut up. Shut.
This is like the major problem I have with Japanese games. Like the gameplay looks fantastic, and then the character thing is just like I can't.
If I was a 12-year-old girl, I'd have stickers of these people on my
I'm
locker.
fucking
Yeah,
29
they're
years
precious.
old. I can't.
Woo, Curry! I can't.
I mean, I don't. That little rabbit thing that looks like it wants to murder you. I'm okay with that. I can deal with that. Oh, there's the pre-order for the limited Curry edition.
Yeah.
Oh my
There
God.
it is.
That's just
Hot and
ridiculous.
spicy, everything nicey.
All credit to them, actually. Like Axis always do some really good additions because they don't actually make you pay extra for them. It's just like, oh, you were kind of one of the first people to buy it, like in the first wave. You get all this shit, like the cover that I got for my PlayStation Vita with Muramasa and the soundtrack, and they gave me a case and all that stuff. You don't pay any extra for it. They just give it to you. It's pretty cool.
That's cool.
I
It was a
appreciate it.
bonus.
Yeah.
Feel
Yeah.
exclusive. The
Yeah.
first wave of buyers.
Also, can we just celebrate the fact, by the way, that not only Persona 5 has been announced, but also 3 other fucking games also all coming out next year. Damn
the
right.
dance game.
That is something I will not be purchasing. That's
Wait, what? A dance game?
there's a Persona dance game coming out. It's
Really?
Oh Jesus.
Look,
I
they gave us a fighting game.
The
We gotta
fighting
have
game
a
was
dance
great.
Game now. I know.
They're doing another one too.
I'd like to.
There's a sequel.
I-
It's got a stupid name.
Yes,
I like to
Jesse?
point out something that is amazing. The limited edition copy with the bib, plastic spoon, and plate is only being sold in the United States.
Right now, the game is only being sold in the United States. I assume there's probably a Japanese version, but there's no EU
Oh,
release
yeah.
for that yet.
No. That special combination
Oh.
is only sold. Everywhere else, they get something probably entirely different, but they're like, Americans could use a bib
That's
and
amazing.
a plate.
In Japan, it's probably a boob mouse mat. Most likely.
Probably so.
Yep. Persona 4, the Ultimax Ultra Suplex Hold Edition. That's the follow-up to Persona 4 Arena, the fighting game, which was really, really good. But yeah, Persona 5, obviously the biggest announcement, and there's like something like Persona Q or something like that, which I think might be a 3DS game. Yeah, Persona Q Shadow of the Labyrinth for 3DS.
Oh, that's right.
Which is pretty cool, because like, hey, look, there's a proper Persona game coming, but it uses the... Actually, all the characters I see in there are from Persona 3. Interesting. Oh, they're not all from Persona... Yeah,
What does the Q stand for?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Quest.
Persona Quest.
Persona Quest.
Probably something like that.
Persona Quasi. Persona
Question?
Question.
I think I kind of like... Oh, it's got Persona 4 characters in it as well. I mean, I don't know. It's not, like, sickeningly chibi and cute. It's acceptable. I could probably play that without hating myself. I'm just glad there's more Persona stuff coming out, because I don't even know why. I was really compelled by Persona. I thought it was fantastic. Persona 4 was just such a good game.
I still need to
Yeah,
play it.
dude, the 5th one with just like 5 chairs with ball and chains all attached to them. I'm like, what does this
They didn't reveal
mean?
a thing. Not a thing.
I was like, okay. They were like, I think we've made our themes pretty obvious, but and I was like, I mean, not entirely.
Indeed. This Persona dancing thing is... This is not okay.
Beautiful?
No.
What system is it for?
It's... What is it? It's Persona 4 Dancing All Night. What? Yeah, this is not okay. The reason this is not okay as well is that front and center they've got that fucking... The idol character, Rise, who is pretty much underage, and that's creepy as fuck. So I'm not okay with that at all. I'm gonna avoid that.
Underage?
I don't know, but whatever the case, like I'm gonna be avoiding.
ruin it, Dodger.
I'm gonna be avoiding that shit like the plague. I can guarantee that. It's like why can't you just be not perverted and horrible? Why?
Are you asking Japan then?
Yeah, just in general.
The
It's
answer.
like
Japan.
Japan,
Surprise you.
quit your fucking
Question.
shit, please. Oh god, it's by the
Stop
it's by the
with the
Project
babies.
Diva developers. Okay, that explains exactly why it's creepy and weird.
That's the reason why I want to go to Japan, because they are so silly. I love Japan. I love you. I want to give you a big
Well,
hug.
3 out of 4 ain't bad, right? There's 3 games that we as grown-ups could play without feeling horrible about ourselves.
Gross. Yeah.
And a 4 out of 4 for Jesse.
Nope.
4 out of
I just
4 out of 4.
genuinely dislike it. Whatever.
Bloody
Not a
hell,
big
Japan.
anime guy, especially cute anime. Gross.
I'm not either, but Persona's just awesome. And a really great game.
Should we go through the EU releases?
We can.
Or do you want to move on?
I think
It's
the only
all
real
PS4s.
changes are mostly like it's mostly PlayStation 4 stuff.
Yeah, it's all pretty much the same stuff, and like releases of things that, like Injustice: God Among Us Ultimate Edition and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
So you know.
And
it's-
Putty Squad.
Squad.
Ow!
So a follow-up to the Putty Squad controversy last week. It turns out we might have actually been onto something.
Oh shit.
We were joking,
Wait, go
but
on.
it's entirely
Go on.
possible that that's not the case. All right, I've got to try and find this article.
Do we need like a last time on the podcast? Right? Do we
Well,
need that?
while I'm trying to find it, why don't you explain it for Smooth's benefit, who has no idea what we're talking about?
Smooth, last time on the podcast, we discovered a game coming out for European PlayStation 4 that is called Putty Squad. And we were like, what the shit is this game? We looked it up, and it looks like a game that would have been on SNES or Genesis. It doesn't even look like it's from this generation of games. Then we started looking up reviews, and all the reviews were like, this is one of the best games ever created.
Changed my life based on the classic game.
And we're like, based on the classic game. So we looked that up, and apparently it's a game that's like super old. That's like Amiga level of old. And everyone then was like, this is one of the best games ever made. And so we thought it was a conspiracy because it makes no sense that a
Because
game that looks
literally
this silly.
none of us had ever heard of this game before.
I've never heard of
And
it.
Right?
yeah,
It
and
went
they were like, "It's
further.
rep-" Oh,
It went further in the sense that even though it was said to be one of the greatest Amiga games ever, it actually never came out on Amiga. All of the reviews were done of the demo
right.
version. It was
That's right,
never
that's right.
released on Amiga. This is getting a little sillier. Apparently, a man by the name of Mark Cale of System 3, who is responsible for this, made the claim in Retro Gamer magazine in episode 121 that they would actually, as part of the collector's edition, be releasing the Amiga version on 3.5-inch floppy disk. And apparently this is one gigantic fucking lie.
How far down the rabbit hole does this go? Oh my god, wait, what?
Yeah.
How
I don't even know what to say to
is
that.
this game
So
even
weird.
is this even a real game? Is this an elaborate ruse? What is
Sounds
this?
like
I called it
Girls
last week. This
Universe.
is some Illuminati shit right here. This is full on government mind control. They're coming for you, Europe. This is when it happens. This is when it happens. You're gonna be like, next week we'll have so many people in chat that'll be like, dude, Putty Squad is
Yeah.
really good.
Apparently-
you should all try it.
Best
This guy was
changed
lying
my
through
life.
his teeth. Because eventually he retracted it and saying, like, more importantly, to try and find a reliable disc manufacturer that can master it, produce it, and produce it in quantity to meet the demand is, like, going to be very, very difficult to do. And, like, no,
is
it's
there a lot of demand for Putty Squad?
on 3.5-inch floppy disk for Amiga, probably not so much.
And only releasing in the UK, right? Or just in Europe in general?
Yeah, the entire article is really, really crazy because there is so much here down this particular rabbit hole. The article in question, if you want to look for it, is on a site called Code Tapper, which is an Amiga retro site. And, like, they go through point by point, basically debunking all a lot of this shit. My apologies.
TV off.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I was killed by
my
the sarin gas
God.
in the room right now from System 3. I've posted it in the chat there, but if you go into Code Tapper, you should be able to find it. It is just silly. Like, I don't even know what is going on with this anymore, but there's some weird shit happening with this game.
Oh shit. Well, we know how it's gonna be popular now. The trailer for Putty Squad is voiced by Brian
Blessed, yeah.
Honorary Yogscast member, which means now Simon will get behind it, which means
no.
it will be the most successful game of the year.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Oh, shit, it is the Illuminati. Oh, my God.
It all starts at Yogscast.
They're releasing video games now in the open.
I literally just went to, like, within the last week, Google searched, and all the things are like, Brian Blessed lets his voice this amazing trailer. I'm like, this is not an amazing. What is happening?
There's just a ridiculous amount of hype behind this thing, and nobody knows anything about whatsoever. It's just a fucking platformer. I don't get it.
So happy.
I've never been so amused in my
I'm just
entire life.
horribly confused. It's really weird.
And we're all gonna play it.
It just looks like they took the Donkey Kong jungle engine and just.
I don't know. I just do not know.
You know we're all gonna play it because of how weird all this is.
It's just so.
We're going to play it.
I can't play it.
No, there's some really horrible stuff going on. I can't support that.
Oh my god, TV, please do a WTF is, but have it just like devolve into like weird madness. Like I want that so badly.
Just put on
I think it's on PC. Should I see if I can try and find the demo for the Amiga version and do it on that? Because that might be doable. I can emulate that. I don't understand. Alright, well, sorry, Code Tapper, by the way. We just nuked their site completely.
I know, the second that you posted it in chat, I clicked it, and it was already, like, broken. It's like, well, okay.
I don't know. All right,
Here's the crazy thing. Oh, my God. So I just watched the trailer. 90% of the trailer is him reading reviews of websites that have reviewed the game and giving it scores like 94%.
But they're all Amiga. But let me guess, they're all Amiga sites, whether the game was never released on.
I can't even.
This is really weird. This is
This is really strange. Like this is like a gigantic hoax. Like this is some huge joke that's being played on all
elaborate, like put together and then like pushed out to make seem organic and real. But
fucking even Brian Blessed's in on it. I mean, God, who can we trust?
Oh, we can't trust anyone. We can't trust anybody. Not even each other.
No, especially not each other.
Especially. I mean, we already didn't trust each other.
If they come to me and say it's the best game ever, we'll pay you to say that. I'll be like, guys, I hear it's the best game.
No!
Oh my God, it's horrifying. This is,
I don't understand. I just do not.
I do not get it at all.
Alright, well, this is probably a good time to round the show off, I think. I don't want to go into this any further. I'm fearing for my life at this point.
On such a note.
Indeed.
Creep everyone out.
Yep, so before we do that, it's a great opportunity. Great opportunity to find out what exactly SmoothMcGroove is going to be doing in the next couple of weeks. So tell us. Spill the beans. What do you do? What are you doing?
Well, right now, I'm recording a new song, and I think it's going to be a good one. What's
the song?
I can't tell that, but it's going to be from the original Game Boy.
Tetris. It's Tetris, guys. It's Tetris Song B. Tetris Song B. Calling it now.
You know.
Oh shit, son! Oh.
No. I'm not going to say it's Tetris Song B.
But
I've already arranged Song B and Song C. I have them arranged.
Ah.
Really?
Yeah,
Cool.
I don't know when I'm gonna actually record them because
It's-
Game Boy
it's so
songs in the way that I do them are so weird because they're just like 3 melodic tracks and a percussion track.
Yeah.
They're so simple. So I have so much like room to do things, and it's fun, but it's kind of scary because it's like, oh, how does this sound? And I spend like,
You get to be creative.
yeah, I get to be creative, but it's just like sometimes it's like, oh, that didn't sound good at all. Okay, well, crap, I got to redo that. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm always scared that people are gonna be like, "Oh, that doesn't sound like the original Game Boy track," but yeah, they just require a lot of work. But it is gonna be a Game Boy song, so I'm excited.
My throat hurts, but you know what I was going for.
This is why I don't let you do this, because it's bad. Stop.
That's why he does it. I don't have to.
You're horribly out of tune. You don't even know what you're doing.
Look, I don't. That's the point. That's what my channel has been for 3 years.
Horribly out of tune. The Jesse
And not
Cox
knowing
story.
what I'm doing.
Hey man, as long as you're being real about it, that's what counts, right?
Are you kidding me? Yeah. I'm the realest there is.
Yep. But besides recording, I've been playing I've been streaming a lot of games actually
Yeah.
on I have a Twitch channel. It's just SmoothMcGroove, and that's been fun. Kind of a way to kind of relax after days of recording, get on and play some games. So, yeah, if you haven't been to my Twitch channel, it's kind of fun. It's really laid back. I don't do anything serious. It's usually just like viewer runs, hanging out, talking, a lot of ranting. So, yeah, for better or for worse, a lot of ranting.
I was an idiot.
Yeah.
I did this. Like, I put a pushpin in this kind of blue tack stuff. I must have done it a couple of weeks ago. So I fucking grabbed the blue tack, having completely forgotten that was there.
Ooh.
Now I feel like a moron.
Oh.
I did something like that a few months ago. I was picking up a ball of cat hair off the ground, and there was a glass shard in it, and it stabbed through my thumb. And it was the most painful thing I've experienced in years.
I was
The
like,
cat was
That's
just there.
why.
why did
That's
they
why you
even
don't
put
have
this in here?
animals.
This is dumb. This is an idiotic thing to do.
Now, see, you did that, so
Yeah, this is
I was
my
gonna
fault.
say that's not an animal thing. That's humans as animals.
Guys, yeah,
Yes.
TV's an animal. He's an animal.
We are all animals.
Yeah, so don't do that.
And remember, there's a she-wolf in the closet, in all of us.
I don't know what the shit that means.
Shut up, Dodger.
That is a
So, Dodger, what are you doing this week?
I thought you wanted me to shut up. Well, first off, everybody should go listen to the Shakira song "She-Wolf," and then
No.
before I forget, our wonderful mod Amarilli Yu had a baby girl. So
Congratulations.
Hey!
Your life is now officially ruined. Well done.
fantastic.
Offspring.
But yes, okay, for me, I have 2 channels, Press Start to Continue and Dexterity Bonus. Dexterity Bonus I do vlogs on, and Press Start to Continue I do gameplay and then a weekly news show. There wasn't one last Saturday because we were in Belgium, but and there probably won't be one this Saturday because I will be eating all the food with my family. But after that, we'll get back on schedule.
Mm-hmm.
And on all of the social media things, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, all of those, I am Dexbonus, DEXBONUS. So come follow me and hang out, and hopefully I won't be too obnoxious, but I'm not promising anything. So there it is. Ta-da.
Jesse, what are you doing?
This week continuing with videos, like always. Go watch the end and then get enraged or mind blown by the Burial at Sea ending, which is just what? And then go and realize that I will not be spending Thanksgiving with my family, and instead will be making videos because that's what people who really care about you make, right, Dodger?
Right.
So that's what I'll be doing.
That's why I'll be
and-
here for Christmas. So
I will not. Baby Jesus is far more important than you. and normal videos and stuff. And then if you want to follow me on Jesse Cox on the Twitter or the Jesse Cox on the Facebook, you can do that. And that would be swell. But all those things are at the end of all my videos anyway, so you don't need me to tell you. If you watch my stuff, you watch it. If you don't, beep. That's what I have to say.
Alright, a few things. I have extended the t-shirt sale until December the 2nd because people are like, I get paid on December the 1st and I'm not going to be able to buy it. So I'm like, I will fix that for you.
nice.
It's not really like I fixed it. I did fix it, like straight up. So, RodeoArcade.com, you can find my latest t-shirt. They have $25. It's pretty good. It's a good t-shirt.
The FOV shirt?
Yes, it's the FOV shirt. The Longhorn Snarkhouse
It's
shirt.
so good. It's so good. It's a great looking shirt.
Yes, indeed.
So you guys know.
You should have a look at that. It's actually people were wearing it at Red Bull this weekend. It's a good looking shirt. Those things last forever.
I like that the two of us, will never let FOV die.
No, you won't.
Obviously, that joke has been beaten down.
Yeah, I might as well make some fucking money out of it if you're gonna keep doing that. Jesus.
Yeah, man. FOV
Assholes.
sliders, that will go forever.
Yep, so there's that. We have just we're working on a new shirt right now. I'm willing to give you a preview of it. I believe I've shown you guys.
Yes.
Yep. I have to scroll up and try and find this. So this is a preview of a forthcoming shirt that we might be releasing in January. I'm just going to try and find it for you. All right. Okay, let's see if I can make this work. So I'm going to have to just, like, save these images, so just give me a moment. I'm hoping this will be one that people actually really like. I like it. I think it's really cool.
So clever.
It's pretty good. I'm sorry, I'm just adding media files in here. It's taking fucking forever. But yes, there will be a new shirt. I'll show you it in a minute, but in the meantime, I can also mention that I am working on a video for Assassin's Creed 4, as people have asked. I am doing a content patch as soon as I finish this. That should be out tomorrow, assuming nothing goes wrong. It will be about microtransactions, as well as the Steam box and Steam reviews, most likely. More Hearthstone is coming your way. That's going to be as bad as it usually is, I think. So, there we go. This is the current concept art for the front of our new shirt. As I believe Breaking Bad fans will understand exactly what that is. And the back of it, this is currently on the front, but it's going to be on the back, is going to look something like that. So there you go.
I think you're so clever.
I think it's pretty good. So hopefully people like that. Oh, it's not. Hang on, it's not showing up. All right, give me a sec. I forgot to put the overlay on. All right, there we go. Apply changes. There we go. Cool. That's it. That is the front of it. That's obviously a sketch right now. It's not finished yet. But that's what we're currently looking at.
I want
And
to point out.
this is the.
Yes.
It's going to be the back of it. I think it should be pretty good.
What, Jesse?
Nothing. It's just perfect. It's just a wonderful, wonderful, clever, funny shirt. You should buy it.
Jesse is just so fucking vicious about this. What did I do to you? Did I fucking kill
Nothing,
your
I'm just
dog?
Nothing. I'm just giving you shit because it's clever.
It's all right. So yeah, we're gonna do that. We're probably going to release that one in January. That's we're obviously not done with it, and we don't want to release a new shirt straight after this one. We want to give you guys, time to not spend all your money on my shirts. So
Nonsense.
yeah,
Spend it on your family, kids.
Yeah.
Go buy your brother or sister something nice. If you don't have a brother and sister, buy you something nice.
Or, I forgot to mention that I have 2 shirts up for pre-order right now.
Oh really?
Son
Where
of
can we
a-
find them?
Probably should have mentioned that. So, you can spend that money on my shirts.
Where can
One
we
of
find
a
them?
Song of Storms design, which is pretty cool, and the other is an old school Pokemon battle between me and my dark self.
Where can we
And
find them?
Dark Charl is our pets / Pokemon. So, yeah, go check those out on Shark Robot.
Shark
Or
Robot.
pre-rest
Shark
your
Robot.
pre-order until the 9th, I believe. So yeah, they're pretty cool. One of them was designed by a fan, so I thought that was pretty fun.
That's always the
I'm gonna
best way. It's
find
like you
these.
make a just an obnoxious amount of money off of some fan's hard work they did for free. It's brilliant.
Well, I was so excited about this guy's art. I was like, dude, I'm gonna compensate you. And he
Yeah.
at first he was like, oh, it's all right, but yeah, he's
Yeah,
he's compensated. I feel good.
if you're a fan, by the way, let me just be like,
his awesome art.
let me just be totally honest to you. Do not ever give a design to someone you like and say, oh, I don't want any money for it. We will exploit it and make as much money out of that design as possible. It's your fucking work. You most assuredly have the right to either sell it to us or demand a revenue share. Fucking do that.
I can't do that. Like, anytime somebody's been like, No, it's fine. It's free. I just like
No.
slip the money anyway.
Yeah, no,
Like,
it's not. It's not free.
I
No.
can't do it.
Like that has genuine value. No, do not give your stuff away for free. If you're good at something, never do it for free. A very important dead man said that. Just don't do it.
Yes.
The Joker from Batman.
Yeah. Someone in the chat's like, demanding revenue share seems really dickish. What? You did work, and it's going to be sold for, it's probably going to make quite a bit of money for the person. Demanding revenue share is not remotely unreasonable.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, jeez.
Indeed.
Yeah, so I just want to point that out. Like, it annoys me a lot because I see, like, there's other YouTubers or, like, streamers or whatever that, like, or even, like, big organizations that should know better that it's like, say, oh, yeah, design us a shirt, and then we'll sell it, and maybe they offer a prize or something, and it's, like, some shitty backpack or whatever. Your design is worth real money. Fucking treat it that way. And honestly, I'm always worried for people that don't, because either you're super generous and don't really understand how the world works, or you don't really believe in your design and in your ability. Either way, believe in your fucking talent. You know? You made something that's really, really cool. You worked on that. You deserve to be compensated for it. You know?
Yeah, and with this specific design on my shirt, this guy actually did a design for me for free back in April. Mm-hmm. And I gave him stuff, and I was like, dude, I love your work. Would you want to work with me again?
Yeah.
And, I promoted his work, and this time, he's getting paid for it, so.
That's actually how Zook got hired with us. Like, and obviously I pay him a monthly
Really?
salary now, and he even
Nice.
lives with us. He lives in our fully furnished basement suite. And for the t-shirt designs as well.
Basement suite.
We do. Oh, our basement suite's fucking awesome. We got a sauna down there. We got a fucking gym.
Oh my god.
It's got its own fridge. It's amazing. Our basement suite kicks ass. Anyway, we hired him on for that.
Sweet.
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 That's what kills me.
Yeah, man. Yeah. But even now, we pay him full time, but he still gets a revenue share on all the shirt designs, because that is a level of talent that most people don't have. That's not a job that everyone can do, because you need fucking creativity and then the talent to be able to put that down on paper. That's something I can never, ever do myself. So that's worth a lot of money. Understand it. Don't give your shit away for free. Don't be exploited by people you like on YouTube. Don't. Anyway, so there's that. But yeah, usual content is to be expected, and I would like to remind people that we have some StarCraft events coming up. No, I'm not leaving the house. I promised I wouldn't go anywhere for the rest of the year, so I'm not running off. But I am doing a tournament, and it goes by the name of Shoutcraft America Winter, and it is sponsored by Ting.com, which is a really awesome mobile phone provider. So it's a cell phone network in the US that has a different business model. So if you're sick of contracts and shit, you might want to have a look at them. They're sponsoring the tournament. It's on the 7th to the 8th of December. It's going to contain the defending champion of Shoutcraft America, that being Kane from My Insanity, and 7 of the top ladder players on North America. And we're going to have a big tournament, and I'm going to co-cast with Greg Idrefields, and it's going to be great. So please do keep an eye out for that on the 7th to the 8th of December 2013. And if you missed the VODs, the video on demand from the Red Bull Battlegrounds, you can find them all, I believe, over on Red Bull Esports. So if you look for, let me just double check this is the right one. Yeah, Red Bull Esports it's a real channel. It's on YouTube. It's called Red Bull Esports, and they have, I believe, if not all the games, most of the games. And you owe it to yourself to watch SOS versus Scarlet and Bomber versus Scarlet.
Scarlet.
Yeah, Scarlet's awesome. Bomber vs. Scarlet is a phenomenal series.
Those are literally all the videos I saw all weekend. Like, dude, look at this! So much
Oh,
fun.
yeah, because it's some really crazy shit happened. I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but that Game 3 is just amazing. So,
Nice.
yeah. Do watch that. Go watch that. Go enjoy some StarCraft. I do commentate a lot of it. I commentated SOS versus Scarlet, and that was a really good series, and a bunch of others as well. So, I think that pretty much wraps us up. Is there anything else that we are supposed to talk about, or are we about done here?
I think we're done. I have to
we're
pee,
done.
so
Cool.
I'm good to go now.
Yeah, I'm going to leave now then. Follow us on Twitter, folks. Total Biscuit or Cynical Brit if you want the less spammy version. Dex Bonus, Jesse Cox, and SmoothMcGroove. Follow us on YouTube. On these, right below us. They've been here the entire time. How do you not notice? Please watch our videos. We need to pay rent. Please don't use ad block. We also need to pay rent. But if you do use ad block, I understand. Ads are annoying.
Just whitelist us.
Whitelist us and/or buy T-shirts because that's okay too.
Or buy T-shirts.
Thank you.
T-shirts are great.
Yes. So thank you very much, guys. Thanks for your support. This has been the Co-optional Podcast. Good night. Have a great Thanksgiving. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Unless you're not from America, in which case you don't get one.